Out everybody is starting later because of the heat. So an 8 o'clock kickoff, and that's coming up at the top of the hour here on Hot Country KDY, and I'm sure we'll have plenty of stoppages and breaks for players to get hydrated as this game goes along. As we get things started, first of all, let's hear from the head football coach of the West Plains Zizzers, Joel Wyatt. And it's a brand new year, lots of new faces. We're going to be getting acquainted with a lot of new players that are going to be filling key spots for the Zizzers this season. We'll have Coach Wyatt address that and some other things. But the number one thing, getting ready for the season, it's been tough in the off season, according to Coach Wyatt, dealing with all the heat.
I think most coaches are creatures of habit. I'm probably take that to the extreme. I don't like change. And Tuesday we went at 6:30 p.m. and then bumped it up a little bit. Wednesday we started at 6. So, some of those kids, they're going from an 8 a.m. to a 9 p.m. So it's just been real exhausting and draining on them. But, everybody's in the same boat. So, it's an even playing field from that standpoint.
Last season, the Zizzers struggled in the opener against Bolivar, but won that game. And as far as Bolivar this year, it's pretty much anybody's guess, according to Coach Wyatt.
Well, just really hard to tell from the Jamboree. They played Cassville, and then they played Parkview in a JV game, or what was Bolivar's JV, and then they played Willard. But they've got a 6'3" quarterback, returning starter that can throw it pretty good. So, I think they're going to throw the ball around a little bit, try to spread you out, but at the same time, they're going to run the football and try to be balanced. But I say that with caution, because the Jamboree and this being a first-year coach there and Coach LaSalle, a little bit unfamiliar with what they're going to do.
One thing is for sure, Plains will be ahead of where they were last year at this time. It was the first season for Coach Wyatt at the helm at West Plains, and so there was some catch-up to do. This year, the Zizzers are way ahead from where they were a year ago.
I think it's night and day from last year. That's a big advantage for us. Aiden Simpson and the offensive line, they didn't really hit their stride week 5 or 6. And, those last 7 games, Aiden completed 73% of his passes. And so we really got rolling them because they understood more what we were doing. So now Isaiah's had a full year under his belt, albeit the JV last year, but still he's got a year into that system. And, the O-line, that's why it's so important that your freshman and your JV and hopefully your junior high is on the same page. So they're all learning those same plays and then the same schemes. So, Isaiah's had a year under his belt, and you can just tell. We've thrown a lot at him, and we feel like we're so much more advanced and so far ahead than we were last year, week 1. Last year, week 1 was a struggle. First game, getting under center. First game, huddling a lot. So it was a struggle.
Defensively, Coach Wyatt says things are looking better, but certainly now that he has a full coaching staff to work with.
We went all summer with 2 defensive coaches. A ridiculous statement. When you're class 4 and coming out here in a little bit, it's probably going to say we're class 5. And we went all summer with no defensive back coach. Greg and Tim having to wear multiple hats and combining groups in practice. And so now throwing Brock in there with the D-line has gave the flexibility of Greg to go back to his original position with the defensive backs, and so and Tim with the linebackers. So we feel like we're really set there on the defensive ball as far as each position getting coaching and getting the right attention.
And again, it's a new dynamic this year with Coach Wyatt now entering his second season, everything in place, and that makes things go a lot smoother here earlier in the year.
There were some challenges last year, me being the new guy, me being different than Coach Perkins. Right, wrong, or indifferent, we're a different style of coaching. That was tough when you've got seniors that have played for him for 3 years, and then I come in with not just a different offense, but maybe a little bit different structure and set of rules. And so this bunch was definitely bought in. We had a pregame meal last night, and it's just good to cut up with these guys and let your guard down a little bit, and and it's just been a different atmosphere. We enjoy practice. We enjoy being around the kids. Our coaching staff, we all get along, and it's just been a really good summer.
The Zizzers and the Liberators are coming up at 8 o'clock here on KDY. Let's take a look at the schedule of games for area teams as we kick off week number 1. In the Ozark Conference, Waynesville will visit Springfield-Glendale. Rolla will be at Camdenton. Parkview will be at Lebanon. And Kickapoo will be at Hillcrest. Other games for area teams, Harrisburg goes to Kabul. It'll be California at Willow Springs. St. Vincent plays at Thayer. Liberty is at Stratford. Mountain Grove will be at Fairgrove. Buffalo will play at Ava. And Houston will travel to St. Louis, to St. Charles to play Orchard Farm. And North Central Arkansas games, the Mountain Home Bombers go to Nettleton tonight. Highland will be at Walnut Ridge. And the Salem Greyhounds will visit the Earl Bulldogs tonight. That's the lineup of games for week number 1. And we're ready to play football. It's going to be fun. The Zizzers taking on the Bolivar Liberators tonight here at SBU. Paul Knight will join us here in the booth with the kickoff coming up here on Hot Country KDY.
This has been the pregame show on Hot Country KDY. Stay tuned. Zizzer kickoff time is coming up next on your home for the Zizzers, KDY.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance.
Hi, this is Dave Thomas with Shelter Insurance at 214 West Main Street. Let us help you with all your insurance needs. We specialize in auto, home, life, and business. Call or text us at 256-6116.
SafeWithDave.com.
Rooted in our communities, Sim goes beyond banking. We're your friendly neighbor. Committed to fostering strong community bonds, we proudly invest in our local schools. When you're in need of banking services, Simmons Bank is here for you. Whether you're striving toward your goals or aiming for financial success, count on Simmons Bank to be your partner every step of the way. To discover a nearby branch, simply visit simmonsbank.com. Simmons Bank, member FDIC.
The Ozarks Healthcare team cares about your athlete's health. That's why they're on the sidelines cheering you on and ready to step in should anything happen. Dr. Pyatt is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The OZH team sends best wishes to all athletes for safe play and exceptional sportsmanship. For more information about Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedic and Spine, visit www.ozarkshealthcare.com.
If you're a small business owner in southern Missouri, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Justin Shelby runs a small business in southern Missouri too. He understands the unique needs of local business owners. Justin will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because the one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call me, State Farm agent Justin Shelby, for your small business needs today. Like a good neighbor, Justin Shelby State Farm is there.
Since 1993, Howell County Habitat for Humanity has built 29 homes and will be starting their 30th this year. They do it to provide a decent and affordable place to live for partnered families. Habitat for Humanity brings people together to build homes, communities, and hope, celebrating 30 years in business. Find out more on Facebook and at the Habitat Restore on Porter Wagner Boulevard, or visit howellcountyhabitat.org.
Having a broken magic wand just after turning the temps up is not something I anticipated. Now I am melting. I should have ordered a GeoComfort geothermal system instead of wasting money on a wand that hasn't worked in weeks. Staying comfortable wouldn't be a problem then.
Butler Heating and Air and GeoComfort can help. Call Butler Heating and Air in West Plains now for a free estimate on a GeoComfort geothermal system. Butler Heating and Air, your authorized GeoComfort geothermal dealer.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Go ahead, Paul. Good morning, or good afternoon, good evening. Well, it's almost dark here in Bolivar. This is Paul Knight, Harlan Hutchinson. We're in Bolivar, Missouri, where the West Plains Zizzers take on the Bolivar Liberators in the first game of the season. And Harlan, we talked just briefly before. This game last year was a pretty close one for the Zizzers, who later on found their rhythm, but they sure didn't find it against Bolivar last year.
No, they didn't, and it wasn't too surprising that the first game out with Joel Wyatt and his first game as a head coach at West Plains. It was a little bit ragged, but the Zizzers won the game. I think the final was 17-7, and they got out of that, and they just got better and better each week, and ultimately, of course, it ended with a deep run into the state playoffs and a record-setting year for Zizzer football. So, football, I've always thought football is a sport where you can really see week-to-week progress. And we saw that last year with this football team.
Well, as a former coach, and speaking of which, it was 40 years ago, my first steps were on the sideline 40 years ago for the Zizzers.
Really?
40 years ago this season.
Does it seem like 40 years, Paul?
Some days it does, some days it doesn't.
May seem like longer.
Some days it's a lot longer. But anyway, like I said, deep run into the playoffs last year, and West Plains kind of found their rhythm after, I think it's about week 5, that they kind of got things straightened out, and Coach talked about it in the pregame. This bunch is adapted to the situation. They've adapted to the style of play and the structure of the organization, and he's looking forward to a year in which he's got to find a lot of replacements because we lost a lot of good players, but there's some that are going to step up and fill those holes.
The Ozark Conference is usually pretty good. Last year, we had trouble for the second year in a row with Lebanon, but after that, we really seemed to take off. And this year's team is going to be much different. Same thing can be said for Bolivar, although we just don't know. They have a brand-new head coach. Coach LaSalle takes over this season, and, many years, the name Doug Potts was all over this football program.
Yes.
But it's a new era here, so we don't really know what we can expect. We do know and can say with some assurance that their quarterback, Drake Durham, is back this year. He looked pretty good at times in the game against West Plains last year. So anytime you got a veteran quarterback, someone that's been around and knows the ropes, that's a big advantage. But West Plains has a new quarterback, Isaiah Jones, and we're really excited to see what he brings to the table because Coach Wyatt has
very high on him.
Very high on the possibilities that he brings to the table. So it should be, we're going to have some new names, but we're going to have Brock Kanegi, who is one of the newest coaches on the Zizzer coaching staff, was telling me right beforehand, he said, we have got athletes, we have got talent. And so he's pretty pumped up about being in West Plains, and we're getting close to kickoff. Now, one thing about it, it is not as hot right now as we expected it would be, although the current temperature here, I'm going to get the official number, well, it shows that we're at 90. Here's the kick, and here's Paul Knight.
Larson kicks it away. It goes to the far corner. It's received there by number 5 of the Liberators back up about the 2-yard line. He tries to go across the field. He's got an alley. He's up the far sideline. The only man to make the play is Larson. Larson's going to slow him down enough to where he's going to be drugged down, and what a return by number 5 of the Liberators, and I got to look him up because I can't hardly see, is Casey Gardner, and Gardner runs it all the way back to the West Plains Zizzer 35-yard line where the Liberators will start 1st and 10.
Well, we had a little bit of a breakdown on the backside of the kick coverage that time. The ball went to the far left corner, and they didn't hold contain on the right side, and once that broke down, he was off to the races, and Bolivar starts in great field position. They're going to be, it looks like, about the West Plains 36-yard line.
They're at the 30. Well, they're going to start them at the 35, Harlan, and the quarterback, number 17, I believe his name is Drake Durham.
Durham.
He was a starter last year for them all season long. He'll throw it around a little bit. They start with 2 receivers to the right side, tight end to the left, short side of the field. And we've got a delay already. I don't think we've got the right football out there. That's it. Bolivar has to have their own ball. And we're about ready to get started here. 8 o'clock. Kind of funny to start at 8 o'clock.
On the defensive side, West Plains defensive ends are Dawson Howe and Brigman Dillon, Maddox Hawkins, and he's going to be the nose guard, and we'll get to the rest in a minute.
The one you got to watch is the Judd, the linebacker on the inside.
Screen.
He's going to throw a screen pass over the middle. It's caught and brought down after a gain of about 6 by the running back, number 38. I do believe who that was. That was Trenton. And they take it all the way down to the 33-yard line, so that's a pickup of 7, brings up 2nd down and 3.
Alex Judd made a tackle that time. He is inside linebacker along with Warren Lawson. The outside linebackers, Briggs Houston and Lance Norton.
Once again, number 38, the runner, and he's going to get all the way down inside the 15-yard line, and that time the Zizzlers tackles at the line of scrimmage. And number 38, I got to find him again because I can't see Trenton, takes it down to the market at the 12-yard line where it's 1st and 10 for the Liberators. And we haven't played very long.
No.
3 receivers, 2 left, 1 right. Inside handoff again to Denton, and this time he's hitting the backfield. A nice play there by number 78 for the West Plains Zizzers, and that would be Peyton Allen. And it brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Safeties are Jacob Moore, Rylan Kinslow. Corners are Will Stoffer and Remy Wilson.
And I'd hate to turn on the light, but I guess I could use my phone, can't I?
Now we're thinking.
A little bit. Inside handoff again. He jumps to the outside, and this time he picks up about 4, and he's wrapped up there by number 13 for the West Plains Zizzers, and that is Jacob Moore coming up from his strong safety position.
That was a really good tackle by the sophomore that time.
3rd down and about 5 for the Liberators at the Zizzers 7-yard line. Now let's make it the 6-yard line. Play clock at 10:02 in the first quarter. Or that's the quarter clock. Play clock's at 15. Liberators got to get set. Snap back. Inside handoff. They fake it. It's going to be a reverse sweep.
Good job.
Nice play by the corner. I believe that was Kinslow that came up from the outside. Or was it...
it may have been Remy Wilson.
I was going to say it's number 3, not number 2.
Yep.
And he made a nice play, got away from his blocker, stopped the play for a loss of 3, and it's going to bring up 4th down and about 7 from the 8-yard line.
This would be a good stand for the West Plains defense after kind of getting stunned with that opening kickoff and a couple of big plays. So now they're going to go for 3 here.
They're going to try a field goal. The kicker is going to be number 24. And once again, we look him up, and that is Martin Seth Martin. Snap, kicks up, looks as good as gold. The officials say, no, it's not. And it's a big break for the West Plains Zizzers as the Liberators come up empty on the opening drive. That was a break there, Harlan.
Big break there. 9:03 to go in the first quarter. A 30-second quick timeout. Back with more Zizzer football next on KDY.
You know that West Plains Lock and Key is the place to call when you've locked yourself out of your car or lost your key. But they do so much more. If you need anything lock-related done to your home or business, West Plains Lock and Key is your expert source there too. Give West Plains Lock and Key a call if you need locks rekeyed or changed. They can even help with safes, install keypad locks, and so much more. West Plains Lock and Key, where tradition meets technology. 256-8862. 256-8862.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Well, on the very first play, we missed it with the commercial, but the wide receiver, Houston, is out to the 30-yard line, so that's a gain of about 9. They're going to mark you 29, so that's a pickup of 9. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1, and the Zizzlers waste no time getting the ball to the Northern Iowa commit.
We're going to see a lot of that this year.
We're going to see a lot of number 10 catching the football.
Isaiah Jones at quarterback, and he's got some weapons.
He's got some weapons. One of them standing right next to him in the motion. Jones looks right. Going to throw it to Houston again. This time Houston hitting the backfield. Gets away from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the way out to the 38-yard line. And when you talk about athletes, Harlan, number 10 is one of those. 6'5", about 220, 230. and they project him to play tight end at Northern Iowa.
He's listed at 6'6", 222, and that equals a load. If you're just a little defensive back or a corner, that's not something you look forward to. And already, a couple of completions, 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line, West Plains.
Zizzers go to the I formation, 2 receivers to the right side. They're going to shift the tight end over. He's going to be eligible. Inside handoff to the tailback. Is it Rhett?
That's Wilson, I believe.
Wilson, yes. Remy Wilson carries the ball. Not much there. Picks up 2 to the 40-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd down and about 8 for the Zizzers. We're inside 7:45 to go in the first quarter here in Bolivar.
West Plains quarterback is Isaiah Jones. He wears number 9. Dawson Howell at fullback. Remy Wilson at halfback. Wide receivers Briggs Houston and Rylan Kinslow. The tight end is Rhett Erickson, and we'll get to the offensive line after this play.
Which are mostly new guys.
Yes.
Kinslow, wide right. Inside handoff to Martin. And he gets about 3, maybe 3.5. They're going to mark him down at the 49-yard line, and that's going to bring up that was Wilson, Remy Wilson. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 4 for the West Plains Zizzers.
So after a couple of passes, go to a couple of runs. The front line, the tackles are Peyton Reynolds and Jackson Hunter, who's a little dinged up. The guards are Jeff Edgeler and Maddox Hawkins. The center is Fernando Lopez. And again, Rhett Erickson is the tight end.
Zizzers come up in the I formation. Houston comes wide left in front of the Liberator bench. Motion man is Kinslow. Kinslow in the slot, sets up, turn, they fake, they pitch to Wilson. Wilson's not going to get the first down as the Liberators were there to make the play, and it's going to bring a 4th down and about 5, and let's see what Joel Wyatt does here on the first 4th down.
I thought that was really going to work, but it took a little bit too long to develop.
Yes, it did. Took a little bit too long to get there, and the Zizzers to punt the ball away, and as in past years, the quarterback is the punter. So the Zizzers will punt it away on their first possession on a 4th down and 5.
They're coming after
snap. High kick. Fair catch, the signal for and made down at the 23, 24-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 Liberators with 5:45 to go here in the first quarter.
34-yard punt, and it's Bolivar football when we come back in 30 seconds on Hot Country KDY.
Coyote is a no-nonsense, dirt-digging powerhouse. It doesn't have unneeded distractions, like that fake tough radio guy voice.
The Coyote tractor has everything you need to get the job done right without all the extras.
Which means I can drop the tough guy voice now, I guess.
Nope.
Never mind.
The Coyote tractor is a no-nonsense workhorse that doesn't rely on flashy displays to prove its worth.
Still got to do the thing.
Oh, yeah. Coyote. We dig dirt. So stop in and see my parents, Scott and Crystal Brown, at Lynch Equipment, West Plains.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We're in Bolivar, Missouri. We're at the campus SEU, Southwest Baptist University, where the Liberators are hosting the Zizzers in the first game of the year. And Harlan, I didn't see any games that weren't pushed back tonight because of the weather or the heat. And some have been even moved till tomorrow.
Wow. Well, there are a lot of games. I know, for instance, I believe Liberty was going to be at 7:30 tonight at Stratford, and they got pushed back to 8 o'clock.
Yep.
I don't know. There's probably no games tonight that started at the 7 o'clock.
Not 7, no. And another thing, too, is there's a lack of referees, so a lot of games starting are going to have to be played this week on Saturday, and next week they'll be playing some on Thursday because of the lack of officials. Anyway, it's 1st and 10 Liberators at their own. They're going to mark it at the 25. Snap back. They're going to throw. They're going to throw it down the sideline, and it's out there and open and going to fall incomplete. Coverage there by number 1 of the West Plains Zizzlers, Will Stauffer, and Stauffer was right there, and the ball's overthrown by number 17 of the Liberators, Drake Durham, and it's 2nd down and 10.
That's really a pretty good throw. It was just a little bit underthrown. West Plains had double coverage on the play, and they're lined up and ready to go again.
There you got Durham in the backfield. He hands on the inside, and there's a breakaway. And once again, another first down, running the football, number 38 for the Liberators. That's Patke. Patke picks up 11, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Liberators out to their own 36-yard line.
Patke and Durham, the quarterback, both played pretty good against West Plains last year, and they're both back, and both have had an effect on the game so far.
Liberators owning the line of scrimmage at the current time. Drake throws, back to throw, pressure comes, he gets away. He's going to scramble down the left sideline. He's got the first down and more as he crosses the 50 out to the 48 of the Zizzers, and another first down for the Liberators. And Harlan, we got to make some tackles.
Got to make some tackles, and we need to contain, kind of like on the opening kickoff when Contain broke down on the outside. We got pressure on the quarterback that time, but because of that pressure, there was nobody minding the store back on that end, and that allowed a pretty nice run.
Durham takes a snap, hands off on the inside once again. That is, I keep forgetting the guy's name.
That's a fumble.
Patke.
That's a fumble.
Zizzers say they got it, but the referees are saying the ball was down. Nobody ever pointed. All they did was raise their hand and point up number 2 after a gain of 5. We'd like to have a replay of that one.
Peyton Reynolds came up with the ball. Jackson Hunter was right there, too, but it's still going to be 2nd down and about 5.
Snap back. Durham throws it. And not even close. Intended for the wide receiver out there. That's Wilkinson. And the ball goes incomplete. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. And the Zizzlers get new faces up on the defensive line to put in a little pressure on the quarterback.
Brock Carnegie said he's going to rotate 6 people up front, and Dawson Howell's in the game at defensive end, so he'll be coming after the quarterback.
Howell wears number 44. They're going to throw a quick screen out here, and the Zizzers had that read perfectly. And is it a catch? It is a catch and a loss of 5 as Patke caught the ball. He'd been better off to drop it, but anyway, it's going to bring up a 4th down and 12 now.
They threw to the same side that Dawson Howell was lined up at defensive end. He read that immediately. There was nowhere for that guy to go once he caught the ball. Big loss on the play. Now it's 4th down and 12 yards to go. 4:03 to go in the first, and the Bolivar punt.
Kinslow back to receive the punt. And the Liberators need another player. Play clock at 10. They got plenty of time still. Zizzers look like they may be bringing a little pressure. They got a bunch of people on the line of scrimmage, and they're bringing some up the middle, and they get it, but it's not a good punt. It's off the side of the foot. It takes a bounce straight up in the air, and the Liberators are going to down it at the West Plains 27-yard line. So West Plains begins their second opportunity with the football with a 1st down 10 at the 27.
We've only played, 9 minutes or so, 8.5 minutes of the football game, and right now it's kind of a push.
Yeah.
Neither team, other than that opening big return on the opening kickoff, neither team has really been able to control the game, but West Plains is just kind of feeling their way through it here. Once they get, heated up and get in the groove here, I'm looking for the West Plains to really start hitting them down the field.
I was going to say, you're going to see Jones take charge here shortly. Jones in the shotgun, takes a snap, inside handoff, he fakes, he's going to run it himself, and up the middle he goes. 6'3", can run the football, and he picks up about 6 as he crosses the 35 out to the 36-yard line, make it to 37. Officials love to put it right on the marks. They love that. They love that. And it's 2nd down and 3.
Isaiah can run at least what Joel was saying. He said Isaiah can run the football, but he's not a runner per se. He's a good athlete, but his thing is winging it down the field.
He can throw it. Jones in the backfield with Howell. This time Howell gets to run up the middle. Howell, the big guy, gets close to the 40-yard line. It's a matter of it's at 1st and 10 or is it 3rd down in inches. And they're going to say it's 3rd down in inches, or they're going to put it at the 39 3/4 yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down for the West Plains Zizzers at their own 39-yard line.
And I'd say there's about a 95% chance the same guy's going to carry the ball again.
I was going to say, I think number 44 will probably get it. He got a lot last year, even with Miller in the backfield on these kinds of situations. We're missing a guy. Play clock at 7. Zizzers take time. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Hey, Zither fans, I need you all to hear me. A winning team starts with a winning spirit. Hey, this is Ashton Judd, proud Zizzer and Mizzou Tiger, to tell you about the winning team at Ozark Hills Insurance. They have a team of winners that can help you find the right insurance at the right price. I knew the day the Zizzer girls went to the state title game that our winning spirit would prevail. Be a winner and call Ozark Hills Insurance for a quote today with offices in West Plains and Mountain Home. Go Zizzers.
It's time to start planning for vacation. Wilbanks Tire reminds you to check your tires before you hit the road. Wilbanks Tire in West Plains are the tire guys that can get you back on the road with new tread at a price you can afford. Plus, once you buy a set of tires from Wilbanks Tire, you can come in anytime for free tire rotation for the life of your tires. So once a customer of Wilbanks Tire, you will always be a customer of Wilbanks Tire. Price, quality, and service. All at Wilbanks Tire, 201 West 2nd Street in West Plains.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hudson. We're in Bolivar where the Zizzers and the Liberators are in a 0-0 tie. West Plains has it, third down and inches from their own 39-yard line. They got across the 40 to get a 1st and 10. Zizzers line up in the regular formation. Turn, hand deep in the eye to Howell. Howell's got that first down, as you said, was hit in the backfield, but that didn't stop him as he crossed the 40, picks up 3 to the 43, and it's a 1st and 10.
One of the best stats of the year is going to be how many people fail to bring down Dawson Howell when he takes the football. He ran over the left tackle that time and had some good blocking. They had some penetration, but they didn't have the horses to bring him down. First down for West Plains.
1st and 10 from the 43. Liberators in a 5-2 defense. Jones going to throw. Looks down the middle of the field. Throws it to the outside. Guess who? Houston has it. Drags a man for 15 yards all the way down to the 35-yard line. And the Zizzers have another first down. And who do you look for when you're going to throw the football?
Number 10.
Yeah.
Two guys ran patterns, post patterns over the middle that time. And that took the safeties kind of out of things, and that left Briggs one-on-one to the sideline, and that is a mismatch with any quarterback that tries to pick him up.
Houston is a mismatch for most defensive backs. 1st and 10, play clock at 13. Zizzers don't have the play yet as Coach White calls the play to the quarterback, and then the quarterback runs out, and they reset the play clock. It's now at 24. Jones in the shotgun. Wilson back there with him. Wilson gets a fake handoff, and Jones threw that one right through Houston, literally right through his hands, incomplete, and 2nd down and 10 from the 36.
He was cutting from the left to right across the middle. That ball was a little too tall, and Briggs will come back to the huddle, and West Plains will be looking at a 2nd down and 10. The ball's on the 35 of Bolivar, and it'll be West Plains in the all-white tonight with the black numerals, red trim. Bolivar in the blue shirts, white pants, and gold helmets, ready to go again.
And the Zizzers have got those white helmets with the lightning bolts on them.
Yes.
Jones going to run the sweep to the left side. Not a lot of room, but he cuts it up, puts his shoulder down, and hits the line down to about the 31, 32. They're going to mark him at the 32. So that's a pickup of only 3, but he earned every one of those yards, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 7.
You know, in situations like this year, I think you're going to see West Plains do what they did on their first series, and that's throw the ball wide and quick to Briggs Houston and just let him make plays, because that is as good as a running play. It's about as safe as a running play, and with him, kind of athlete he is, it's usually going to be a good play.
3rd down and 7, the ball to 32. Houston under center, takes a snap, fakes a handoff, pressure comes. He avoids the pressure. He's got the first down and more. Down the line of scrimmage, did we have a flag? Yes, we do in the secondary. I see one down there. No, that's a ball mark, isn't it? Or is it a flag? No, it's not a flag. So it's a 1st and 10 as Jones takes it all the way down to the 19-yard line, where it's going to be a 1st down for the West Plains Zizzers.
We got to see Isaiah use that physical side of his game when he took on he wasn't going around anybody.
No.
He went right over the top of the defensive back, picked up another couple of yards. So a 1st down for West Plains, and a good play. You can make plays with your arm as a quarterback, but you also make one every once in a while with your feet.
He was flushed out of the pocket and took advantage of it. Jones, quick slant, they throw it. Guess who? Oh, it wasn't. That's Kinslow, isn't it?
Yes.
I believe. Number
Yes.
2 out there on the little slot receiver slant, and he picks up about 5 all the way down to the, let's call it the 14-yard line, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 5 for the West Plains Zizzers, who are moving the ball with 14 seconds. I think we'll not see another play this quarter.
No,
That'll hurry.
That'll do it. They're going to let it run down, and West Plains will have a chance to think about it a little bit between quarters here, and we're going to be scoreless after 1 at Bolivar with Bolivar and West Plains in the season opener, and we're back in a minute on Hot Country KDY.
The switch is on to the Medicine Shop Pharmacy in West Plains. People are transferring their prescriptions to the Medicine Shop because they have free delivery within a 10-mile radius of West Plains. And they are a locally owned independent pharmacy with drive-through and curbside pickup. Switch to Medicine Shop Pharmacy, located next to Brookhaven Healthcare on Kentucky Avenue in West Plains. Online at westplains.medicineshop.com or download our RX local app to get more information, refill reminders, and more.
We all love things that are free, like the free gift you receive when you open a free checking account, business or personal, at West Plains Bank and Trust Company. You can score free gifts for your friends and family if you refer them and they open free checking accounts. Plus, earn a free gift for each time one of your referrals opens an account. Visit us in West Plains, Mountain View, Willow Springs, or Houston for more information. Find out for yourself why our customers leave as friends at West Plains Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
West Plains Bank and Trust Company, along with Hurst Feed and Farm Supply, a couple of our proud sponsors of Zizzer football this season on KDY as we get ready to start the second quarter. First quarter, the opening kick was the best thing that happened for Bolivar. They couldn't cash in. They missed a field goal. West Plains has pushed this ball downfield, and now they're threatening. They're at the 15-yard line, it looks like, 14-yard line of the Bolivar Liberators, and it's always good to get the first score and get the lead on the board.
It's always nice to be ahead. The Zizzlers have an opportunity here. Of course, we've got a pretty good field goal kicker in Chase Larson, so we're definitely in field goal range right here. But we'd rather have 6, and then he can kick the extra point. Zizzlers come to the line of scrimmage with a tight end to the right side, 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Jones calls the play. It's going to be an option. Pitches. There's Wilson out on the perimeter, and he's down to the, 5-yard line?
Closer, yeah, he's right on the 5.
And we got a first down. The officials say, I thought he was going to call a penalty. But it's a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line on a nice run by Remy Wilson, the junior running back, 5'6", 170, according to the program. And now comes in, guess who?
Big boy.
Number 44.
Rylan Kinslow made a really good block on the outside.
On the perimeter, yes, he did.
And helped spring that for a good gain.
So now you got Howell in the backfield. No, they're going to send Howell out wide left in the slot formation, along with Houston. Tight end comes to the other side. Snap back, and we got a penalty, and I think that's going to be a legal procedure because the West Plains Zizzers never got set. And let's see, they're marking like it is. Dead ball, delay a game. Play clock ran out.
We've had a little bit of trouble with that here in the first half.
It's going to be a 5-yard penalty, so now it's 1st and goal from the 10-yard line for the West Plains Zizzers. Just started the second quarter.
Jim Lambert is telling me we've got 270 folks viewing the game on the live stream tonight so far.
And if we win tonight, that will double next week.
It may double anyway because it's Glendale next week.
That's right, Glendale, with a new coach.
They'll still throw it.
Yes, they will, about 70 times. What do we got? We got to talk here. We're taking the
water break.
They're sending both teams to the sideline. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
A rock chip. It starts out so small and harmless. Just a little blemish on the windshield. Then one day you climb in your car and your windshield looks like a road map. Crack after crack from side to side, top to bottom, and points in between. Don't let that happen. Go see Kevin at SMP Quality Auto Glass. He can fix rock chips and prevent it from running a race across your windshield. If you didn't catch it in time, don't worry, he installs new windshields too. SMP Quality Auto Glass. Show us your crack.
I guess the official on the far sideline indicated timeout had been taken by West Plains before the play clock ran down. So now it's first and 5 from the 5-yard line instead of first and goal from the 10.
That's a break right there. No tight end on this formation. Three wide to the left.
Motion man goes that way. Jones takes the handoff and just put his head down. Gets to about the 3-yard line. He's surrounded by several blue jerseys. And it's going to bring up a second down and about 3 to go for the touchdown. Zizzers bring in their big package again as Hal comes in along with another tight end.
Braden Benjamin made the stop for Bolivar that time. He is 6'2" and 300 pounds, and he can move.
He moved pretty well, and he was right in front of Jones when Jones got to the line of scrimmage. Jones under center. Hal deep in the eye. Jones turns, hands to Hal. Hal puts his head down. Guess where he's going?
Touchdown,
He's
baby.
going to the end zone. So Hal, number 44, who was the fullback last year, Dawson Hal, just went in from 3 yards out, and the Zizzlers take the early lead by a score of 6-0.
Once he got to the 2-yard line, it was over. They're not going to stop him in 2 yards before he got to the goal line. Good blocking up front, and that's a weapon to have down inside the 5-yard line. If you've got a kid the size of Dawson Howell that can just move people.
Move, yes, literally.
That's a great weapon to have.
Lawson in attempt the extra point. Jones to hold. Zizzers have a 6-0 lead. 10:40 to go. Second quarter. Snaps back. Kicks up. Looked good to me. The officials agree. We'll be back in a minute. Here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
If you're a small business owner in southern Missouri, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Justin Shelby runs a small business in southern Missouri, too. He understands the unique needs of local business owners. Justin will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because the one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call me, State Farm agent Justin Shelby, for your small business needs today. Like a good neighbor, Justin Shelby State Farm is there.
Rick's Truck Repair in West Plains is looking for a skilled big rig mechanic to join the crew. Apply in person anytime at Rick's Truck Repair off South Highway 63 in West Plains. Rick's Truck Repair is where you can get all your chrome or truck accessories. And if they don't have it, they can get it. And they're your skilled mechanic big rig truck repair center. Visit Rick's Truck Repair on South Highway 63 in West Plains.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We're in Bolivar. The Zizzers lead 7-0. Larson to kick it away for the Zizzers. Back deep, couple of Liberators. I can't see their jerseys because they're sideways. Larson, a nice boot all the way back to the 2-yard line. They're going to fake a handoff, and here comes that running back, and he's gone. Guess who's got to stop him? That's Larson. It's only Larson, and he's not going to be able to get to him. He didn't take a big enough angle, and all the way back to number 38, who's been a problem. Patke goes 98 yards, and the Liberators are back in the ball game, 7-6 on the kickoff return, and Coach will have to be working on the kickoff return and kickoff coverage next week.
That has been a problem here in the first half for sure. They gave up a long return to start the game, and that one went 98 yards. And boy, they blew. There was a huge hole right up the right hash mark, and Patke cut back across, and he was gone. So 7-6 to score. Big play by Bolivar to get back in the ball game.
Now, they're talking to each other on the field, the officials are, but I don't think this is going to overturn the touchdown. There may have been some kind of an unsportsmanlike penalty after the play in which they'll penalize the Liberators on the kickoff, but right now it looks like it is a touchdown, and they're going to set up for the extra point. And Patke has been a problem for the West Plains Zizzers special teams.
He and that allowed him to show what kind of speed he has. I don't remember him really being that fast last year, but it's a touchdown. Unsportsmanlike conduct is going to be the call against Bolivar, and so that'll be marked off on the ensuing kick. And so they've got a chance now to tie the game at 7 with 10:24 to go in the first half.
and I do believe it's going to be on the kickoff. I don't think it's on the extra point, but we're going to take a look here. You never know. They change the rules about every other year.
I kind of think sometimes they make up the rules
as they go. And they're going to put the ball down at the 3-yard line, so they're going to attempt the extra point from the normal spot. And they're going to go with that, I don't know what you call this. It's a spread-out formation. And
it's not really the swinging gate, but it's a lot like the swinging gate.
Yeah, and the quarterback's back there to take the snap. And the play clock's at 13. They're going to pitch it out. They're going to go for 2, and they got an illegal procedure there. And because the center can't do that. He cannot stand up and throw the ball. That's an illegal procedure. The center cannot throw the ball. He's got to snap it. He cannot stand up and throw it. So that's going to cost him 5.
10:24 is the time. So the West Plains scored at 10:40. Bolivar scored at 10:24. Illegal procedure will back things up, and that really changes the dynamic of this extra point.
Yeah. So it's a extra point now attempt from the 8-yard line, and this time they're going to throw the tee away. They said we're not even going to use the tee. So the Liberators are going to go for 2. And that time he underhand flipped it, and no penalty. The first time was an overhead pass. No penalty on that one, and they didn't get in, so it's a 7-6 ball game. I don't understand that one.
All we know is it's 7-6, and the Zizzers lead by 1 with 10:24 to go, and now they'll have a chance on offense after a long drive that led to their first touchdown of the season. Back in a minute on Hot Country KDY.
Rooted in our communities, Simmons goes beyond banking. We're your friendly neighbor. Committed to fostering strong community bonds, we proudly invest in our local schools. When you're in need of banking services, Simmons Bank is here for you. Whether you're striving towards your goals or aiming for financial success, count on Simmons Bank to be your partner every step of the way. To discover a nearby branch, simply visit simmonsbank.com. Simmons Bank, member FDIC.
If you own one truck to a fleet of trucks, TLG Peterbilt understands that when you have one broke down, it's more than lost time. Here at TLG Peterbilt, uptime all the time means we have the right parts for all models of trucks and trailers to get your truck back on the road and your drivers home for the game. Hey, this is Damon with TLG Peterbilt in Willow Springs. We proudly support our West Plains Zizzers. Visit us at tlgtrucks.com or on Highway 60 in Willow Springs.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We've finally got this figured out here, Harlan. He can't throw it overhanded, but he can throw it underhanded on the toss, and he did it the second time.
Right.
Liberators penalized the 15 yards on the unsportsmanlike conduct on the touchdown. It must have been an excessive celebration on behalf of Patke. Anyway, now they're going to kick off from their own 25. So the Zizzers will have good field position after this kickoff, as back deep for West Plains is Wilson, and I can't see who the other is.
Lance Norton.
Norton, okay. And the kick is off, and it's a high one. It's going to come to Norton. He's going to let it bounce. Uh-oh. He picked it up. He's got a hole. Up the middle he goes. He's over the 50 line. The ball hits the ground, and he falls on it. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the West Plains Zizzers from the Bolivar 48-yard line.
Wasn't for the tail of his shirt, he might have had another 15, 20 yards there. That was close to a bigger return, but it's still a great spot to start. Midfield, you're playing on a 48-yard field now on 1st down, and West Plains needs to reestablish themselves here on this possession.
Their offense has been out there most of the night for the West Plains Zizzers as they have the ball now at the 48-yard line. 3 receivers right. They bring the tight end over. That usually indicates it's going to be a running play. And what do we got now? We got a little delay. Oh, the tee was on the field. So we're going to start all over. We're going to reset the play clock? I guess not. Yeah, they are. Now we're going to shift the tight end over. Jones calls for the ball. Inside handoff. He hands it off to, that's Wilson again, and Wilson picks up about 3, maybe 4. and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6, 2nd down and 7, make it 7, because they're going to spot it right on the 45-yard line. Oh, no, they didn't. 44.5.
This West Plains offensive line is really a lot different than it was last year. This one, maybe not quite as big, but quicker, and as the season goes by, they'll get better.
They get out in front of you. Wide receiver, Kinslow in motion to the formation. Jones pitches right side, Howell in front. There goes Miller again, or Wilson, excuse me. Wilson carrying the load tonight. He's all the way down to the 34-yard line, and that's a Zizzer first down with 9:32 to go here in the second quarter. 7-6 ball game. Zizzers on top.
You're watching the game on the live stream, and Paul, you probably saw this. Dawson Howell led around the right end. Did you see that the defender that he was bearing down on kept giving ground? Before you know it, you've got about a 12-yard gain.
Yeah, he was going the other direction. Howell at fullback. Wilson at tailback. They're going to throw the quick slant out there to guess who? Houston. He breaks 1, breaks 2, breaks 3 tackles, breaks 4 tackles. Down the sideline he goes, all the way to the 13, 12, 11, well, no, I'll take that back, 16-yard line, but it's a first down for the West Plains Zizzers.
That's a gain of 18 yards. Joel was talking about how devastating, and you don't hear people talk about this very often. Briggs Houston, once he catches the ball, he has got a stiff arm.
Yes.
That just stifles people, and we got to see it right there. And it's tough to get into him to make a tackle when he puts that hand on top of your helmet and holds you off.
Preston Ramser goes wide to the left side, 3 receivers to the right. Zizzers got it spread out. Jones on the option. Not a lot there as he put it up front. And the Liberators stopped inside the play. The Zizzers have had the success tonight, Harlan, getting to the perimeter.
You know, and they ran to the short side of the field. Mm-hmm. And although he only got about 3 or 4 yards, well, he got a few yards, 2 or 3 yards. That was still the right thing to do because there was nowhere really to go if you pitched the ball going left. So you take what you can get and huddle up in another play.
Wilson had nowhere to go except out of bounds if he pitches it. Scissors come up in the shotgun. Wilson and Jones in the backfield. 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Jones calls for the ball. He looks left, looks right, throws it back across. It was intended for Wilson, and they were lucky it didn't get caught because Wilson had people all over him. And third down and 7, third down and 8 here for the West Plains Zizzers. Clock stopped, 8:20 to go, quarter number 2. Zizzers on top, 7-6.
We had 3 receivers out to the right, and Isaiah threw the ball back left, and Wilson wasn't even looking up. So that tells me that that's probably not your top couple of options on that play.
Ramser goes wide left. They got 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left, tight end right. Jones calls the signal, sends it in motion. Looks left, looks right. Guess who? And this time Houston gets hit at the line of scrimmage on the quick pass. He gets to the 11, maybe make it to 12, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 5, and it looks like they're going to send in Larson to kick the extra or to kick the field goal. Larson wears number 8. He's a junior, 5'11", 65. The holder, that's the quarterback, number 9, Isaiah Jones.
We've had a really good run of kickers here over the past 10 years, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Larson, right in the middle of the field. Snap back, good kick, good hold. Kicks up, it looks good, and they say it is, and it will be. Zizzers on top, 10-6. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Sometimes your mouth just craves some great taste. And sure, the craving may subside for a period of time, but it always comes back. So, what's the best way to crush out that craving you have? Something delicious? Well, I suppose the 12-pack of refreshing and delicious Crush ought to do it. If you're ready for tasty, go ahead and grab a Crush 12 at participating locations.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring. In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
Your insurance is only as good as your agency, and we're one of the best in the nation. Dave Thomas, Shelter Insurance, your friend in the insurance business.
SaveWithDave.com.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We got a 10-6 ball game, and you know, if I'm Larson, I'm not kicking it to number 38.
I would try to line one right up the middle here, maybe, or to the side. There you go.
There's a line drive. It's going to bounce around, and guess who's going to pick it? Oh, nobody. They fall on it instead of picking it up.
Perfect.
So the Zizzlers get the good break there as they fall on it back at the 19-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Liberators from their own 19.
Coach Wyatt is like, well, we'll work on that next week.
Yeah.
But for now, we're not kicking it deep anymore.
We're not kicking it to number 38. Patke has hurt them on the kickoff returns. 1st and 10 for the Liberators at their own 19. And they bring out that offensive unit that struggled a little bit the last 2 times they had the ball, but they haven't had it much because they run back kicks. Durham looks for the ball, takes the snap. Inside handoff, guess who? Patke, and this time the Zizzers wrap him up. He still picks up about 4, and it brings up a 2nd down and 6. Tackle made there by, I believe that was Judd, number 41, along with Houston, who's playing that outside linebacker now.
Boy, how good was Alex Judd last year?
Oh.
This year he's a junior. Put on a little bit of meat. He's going to be a dandy all year long and next year.
Patke up the middle. Patke's got room. He cuts it back inside, outside. Kinslow is able to get him out of bounds all the way down at the West Plains 40-yard line. And Harlan, we don't have an answer for number 38 yet.
Well, that was a 36-yard run. Somebody, I hate to tell you this, Brother Knight, but someone is getting whipped on the right side of the line over there.
The defensive line is not helping the linebackers because the linemen are getting to the linebackers. Inside handoff. This time Patke runs into a bunch of people, including his own teammates, and he picks up maybe 1. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 9, and the Zizzers finally slowing down just a little bit with less than 7 to go in the first half. Zizzers on top. 6.
That last run by Patke, that wasn't just him slipping through a narrow opening. There was a huge gap.
Yes. He had enough hole in there that he could have taken a nap and still gotten downfield. Durham under center. Going to quick pitch out to the wide receiver this time in motion. Nice play made there by the outside linebacker as the ball was carried by number 5. That's Casey. And it brings up a 3rd down and about 9. So the West Plains defense is stiffened here once the Liberators got into Zizzer territory.
Alex Judd making an all Ozark Conference kind of play right there. He fought off the blocker and got penetration and stopped it after a very short run. 3rd down and 9 from the 38.
See what kind of pressure the Zizzers put on Durham at quarterback position. Motion man to the right side. They throw the quick slant, and there's no place to go. The Zizzers are all over that as the defensive linemen as well as the outside linebackers make the play, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 7. And if you're the Liberators, you probably go for it right here since you're in Zizzer territory, but they're going to talk about it. We'll be in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
My mother recently got a knee replaced at Ozarks Healthcare. They were concerned about her pain before, during, and even after the procedure. Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment visited with us before she went home and made sure we had all the supplies she needed to keep her comfortable through the healing process. They were fast, friendly, and very thorough.
For durable medical equipment in your home, rely on Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment at 1703 West Plains. Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment cares. It's in their name.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have it all for you.
HirschEquipment.com. This is a game changer for anyone looking for equipment. That's because all of Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply's equipment inventory is now listed on one site. You can find tractors, lawn equipment, trailers, livestock equipment, pre-owned inventory, and more. In fact, you can go to the site and get a quote and get the value of your trade. Now, there's no reason to put it off. Get what you need today with the help of HirschEquipment.com.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We're in Bolivar. The Zizzers lead 10-6. We got 5:33 to go here in the first half. Game started at 8 because of the heat. But right now the Zizzers are putting the heat on the Liberators as they lead 10-6 and are face Liberators into a 4th down and about 8 to go.
Shane Curtis made a really good tackle on that last play for the West Plains defense.
Number 17 in the backfield, that's Drake Durham, takes a snap. He's going to roll right. He's going to throw. Judge chasing. Ball thrown down the field. Is it caught or incomplete? They say it's incomplete, so the Zizzlers win the battle. They're going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line on a turnover on downs. The defense stepped up after that long run by their big running back, Paskey.
It's kind of an impressive throw by Durham that time, running to his right. He put a lot on that ball, but maybe a little bit too much. And now West Plains will have pretty good field position at their own 37-yard line, up by 4 with a chance with 5.5 minutes to go. Put together a drive, and you could milk most of this clock and maybe get some more points.
Zizzers lead 10-6. They have the football. Liberator defense has done a pretty good job of slowing West Plains down. We haven't really had a big play. We need one right now.
We're about due to stretch the field a little bit here.
Kinslow in motion into the formation. They're going to fake the pitch. They're going to throw it deep. Jones looks that way. He's got a man open. Guess who? He's going to catch it. Houston, if it's in his area, he's catching it. And he did. 3 Liberators had him surrounded. He makes the catch all the way down to the Liberator 20, 1st and 10.
A 42-yard reception, and your triple team.
Yeah, triple team, literally. 3 Liberators around him. He goes up, makes the catch. That's why he's going to Northern Iowa.
Well, that you could kind of see that coming. We hadn't tried yet, but you've got to stretch the field every now and then. When you got Briggs Houston going down the field, that's not necessarily roll of the dice. That's just good percentage football.
When you got an athlete using, they got 2 or 3 out there right now. They're going to throw the Kinslow this time, and Kinslow says, that wasn't a very good play. We lose 2, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12 as Kinslow. They tried the little, I'm going to call it wide receiver screen, except unfortunately there was no blockers. And it loses 3 all the way back to the 23-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd down and 13.
You're going to see a lot of that this year with Briggs and other kids. But they also, along with that, they like to run a little quick slant and things of that nature. So it's sort of part of your running game in a way because it's just pretty safe. But that time, Bolivar really came up quick.
Well, I was going to say Miller ran it last year a bunch, caught the ball out there in the perimeter. And this year, it's going to be Kinslow and Houston. Kinslow, they're going to throw it deep in the corner. Kinslow's there, and he has the ball knocked out of his hands as he was going to the ground. And a nice defensive play there by number 19 for the Liberators as he knocked the ball away. Shockley, Kinslow had the ball in his hands, and Shockley knocked it out as he was going down.
That is just a phenomenal defensive play.
Yes.
You got to give Boone Shockley some credit because he was beat.
Yes.
The catch was being made, and before the receiver came down with it, Shockley just took his right fist and punched the ball out of his hands. That was a great defensive play.
3rd down and 13. The ball's at the 23-yard line. Zizzers have it after the big play to Houston. Jones in the backfield. Inside handoff, they fake it. Jones pressured. Nobody's there. He's going to throw it in the corner. Guess who again?
That's interference.
That's got to be a flag, and they're going to throw that one as Kinslow was going to catch it, and that time number 5, Gardner Casey, ran over him before the ball got there, and that's going to be a half the distance to the goal line penalty, and it's going to be a 1st down.
That's the same play.
Same play.
Exact same play as the last one, only in this case, Casey didn't time it quite as well and as Shockley did, and now West Plains will pick up half the distance to the goal line. Big break right there for the red and white.
It should be an automatic 1st down, even though half the distance doesn't get you to the 1st down. It should be an automatic 1st down, but they haven't flipped it over yet. Let's see. They're saying it's still 3rd down. Well, we'll just go with that because we don't know what's going on.
Well, it's 3rd down and what? About a yard.
3rd down and a yard and a half instead of 3rd down or 4th down and 12. But pass interference is an automatic 1st down.
I'd like to order an order of 44 here, please.
I think you're an order of 44. No, you're going to get an order of number 3, who's going to be dropped in the backfield, and there's no gain on the play. So now the Zizzers are looking at a 4th down and 2. from the 12-yard line. They got to get to the 10 for a first down, and Coach Wyatt is keeping the offense out there.
Well, the West Plains has a timeout left, but they're going to line up. I'm very tempted, though. If you've got the guy.
There he is, number 44. He's on the left side. He's in a three-point stance. Jones sends Kinslow in motion. He's going to try to draw him offside.
Hard count.
Yep. And now the Zizzlers take time. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio. KKDY 102.5.
If you happen to be in an accident, keep this in mind. You have a choice in who tows your vehicle. So make the right choice and call 256-7628 for J&J Recovery and Towing of West Plains. They answer the calls 24/7. They will get to you fast and take your vehicle to the destination of your choosing. So if you're in a wreck, breakdown, or whatever reason you might need a tow, make the right choice and call J&J Recovery and Towing 256-7628.
Howell County Habitat for Humanity continues to build homes for families who qualify. It happens through generous people like yourself who have the means to contribute. One way is to donate unneeded items to the Habitat Restore on Porter Wagner Boulevard in West Plains. They accept clean, used furniture, appliances, household items, and more. They will sell these items in the store to help fund building Habitat homes in Howell County. Go to howellcountyhabitat.org or visit the Restore on Wagner Boulevard in West Plains.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hudson. It's 4th down and 2. Zizzers come to the line of scrimmage in a bunch formation. Houston goes wide left. Kinslow goes right. 2 tight ends. And make the final call from Coach Wyatt. Jones turns. Going to throw it out there to Houston. Guess what? He caught it. What'd you say, Harlan, before the play was snapped?
Isolate, throw it up there, catch it, touchdown, man.
And that's what they did. Zizzers score from Jones to Houston, and it's a 6-point for the Zizzers, makes the score 16-6.
Your mere mortal of a high school cornerback has no chance.
No chance against number 10. Zizzers go to the swinging gate.
That's just a good play, just like Patke's terrific run was a great play. That was a great play there.
Larson to kick the extra point. Snap back, kicks up. Looks good to me. And they say it is. We'll be back in a minute. Here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
It's not enough to merely own land. You need to own it, too. The Coyote K9 UTV helps you own the land you own. Hear the difference? Owning the land sounds like this.
Well, son, someday you'll inherit my land.
But owning it sounds like... You see, owning is...
Sign here, and here, and here.
But owning is more. Yeah, the rugged Coyote K9 UTV. Coyote, we dig dirt. So stop in and see my parents, Scott and Crystal Brown, at Lynch Equipment in West Plains.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
Don's Auto Service specializes in doing things better, from selling tires to complete quality auto repair and auto service, serving the community for 40-plus years. Speaking of service, Don's Auto Service can provide air conditioning performance checks and services, computerized alignments, engine analysis, and more.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. The Zizzers on top, 17-6, 3:26 to go. And we got a different kicker, and the ball hits one of the Liberators. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Liberators, and they got it back at the 35-yard line. And that was a line drive by number 33, Reed Cobb. He hammered that ball and hit one of the Liberators right in the chest.
My gosh.
And it bounced off, and he was able to recover, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To say the least, that is a difficult ball to catch.
Yes.
And it's almost like it's looking for you. And they were very lucky to recover that. Now it's 17-6 with 3:21 to go. You know, if we can get a stop or two here, have a chance, maybe put some more points on the board before halftime.
The Raiders have the ball. They're going to throw it out here in the flat, intended for the wide receiver. That's number 5, who's the intended target. That is Casey Garner, or Garner Casey. And he had it go through his hands. Incomplete, stops the clock, but it's 2nd down and 10. That was a nice throw there by Durham, but
I'm kind of impressed with this kid.
He throws the ball well.
He really does.
Durham's in the backfield along with Patke. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Patke up the middle. Patke this time, the Zizzlers do a good job, trip him up the line. He does pick up 2, but that brings up a 3rd down and 8 for the Liberators from their own 37-yard line.
They put him in a passing situation here. They can throw the ball. Now, though, this gives you a chance to get some pressure on the quarterback.
And the Zizzlers go with a 4-man up front. 1 linebacker, Judd's coming. Pressure up front. Was intended for the wide receiver. Number 13 made a nice play. Jacob Moore was right there, the sophomore, right there at the time of the reception, and it's incomplete, and it's going to force the Liberators to make a decision. Do we go for it or do we punt it away?
West Plains blitzed on the far side that time with the inside linebacker, and the quarterback got rid of the ball. But now they're faced with a problem, and they're going to go ahead and punt the ball away.
And guess who their punter is?
Well, it's usually the quarterback,
and
is it not?
Who it is. Yeah. So it's going to be a 4th down. The punt's going to come from somewhere around the 32-yard line.
Watch for a fake.
No, he's kicking it away. It's a high one, and it's a fair catch made by Kinslow at the 28. Make it the 29-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 30-yard line.
Thank
you. The Zizzlers have it 1st and 10 at their own 30 with an opportunity with 2:40 to put some more points. And this would be a big score if we could get points right here.
It should be mentioned that we're broadcasting from the press box at Southwest Baptist University at Plaster Stadium. And, no, this place is not new by any stretch of the
no.
But it is still really nice. And we have climate control.
Yes, we do.
It's worth a lot.
That air conditioning is blowing up my right leg. I've got my right leg positioned right over the vent in front of me. Jones looks right, looks left. He's going to step the middle, steps up, throws it deep. Guess who? Kinslow, and they're not going to catch him. Kinslow just went 70 yards, and the Zizzlers put more on the board. It's now 23-6. No flags on the play. You've only had 2 flags. And is that a flag in the pin? No, that's somebody's towel, I think.
That's a touchdown is what that is.
That's what it is. That's a touchdown. So the Zizzlers get their 3rd score of the quarter on the 70-yard pass play, and they go to the swinging gate.
I think when we connect on one of those for the rest of the season, I'm just going to say Shazam because, I mean, boy, what an arm.
Oh,
what a great throw.
Throw it.
70 yards.
Kinslow was wide open down the middle of the field. Jones hit him in the numbers, and they're not catching Kinslow once he counts the ball. Larson to attempt the extra point. Kicks up. Looks good here. Guess what it is? We'll be back in a minute on the radio. KKDY 102.5.
Hey, Zither fans, I need you all to hear me. Hey, everyone, this is Ashton Judd with Mizzou Tiger Basketball. It took me years of practice to get where I am today. I loved being a Zizzer and playing on a winning team. That's why I chose the winning team at Ozark Hills Insurance to take care of my insurance, and you should too. They have a team of agents that will treat you like family with the best coverage at the best price. Get a quote today from Ozark Hills Insurance with offers in West Plains and Mountain Home. Go Zizzers!
The Ozarks Healthcare team cares about your athlete's health. That's why they're on the sidelines cheering you on and ready to step in should anything happen. Dr. Pyatt is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The OZH team sends best wishes to all athletes for safe play and exceptional sportsmanship. For more information about Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedic and Spine, visit www.ozarkshealthcare.com.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. Cobb to kick it away, the left footer. Sophomore, line drive. Uh-oh. They're going to give him a chance. No, it's going to go out of bounds. That'll put the ball, I think, at the 40-yard line.
Bolivar will have an option there.
Yeah.
If they want to have a re-kick, they can, but they'll probably take it around 35 or 40. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
because like Paul says, it just depends what week it is and where you're playing and all that.
Which group of officials you have.
Well, I believe the 40-yard line will be the place.
One of them standing there, but nobody's holding the ball. They're going to make them. They're going to have them kick again. They're going to take the 5-yard penalty and have West Plains re-kick.
Well, after returning one for a touchdown, I don't blame them.
And the other one was about a 65-yard return.
That's true.
The opening kickoff. So West Plains now will kick off from the 35-yard line, and let's see if Cobb or Larson.
You know, Paul, 30 minutes ago, this was a much different game.
Yes, it was. All of a sudden, we're up 24-6, and it was 10:24 to go in the quarter. It was 7-6.
Yes. Lightning struck a couple of times.
Yes, Reed Cobb's going to kick it away again. The sophomore left footer. He's been kicking the line drives, and they don't want to kick a line drive to number 38, that Patke kid. You don't want him touching it. You want him to touch it as little as possible.
The deep receivers have moved up just inside their own 20.
Yeah. Cobb bounces this one and bounces right up into the hands of one of the wide receivers, number 7, who's going to not get a lot of yards, but very good field position for the Liberators as they're going to start their drive at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Liberators.
Next week we'll be at Zizzers Stadium, McDonald's Field at Zizzers Stadium. West Plains will open their home schedule against the Glendale Falcons, who are playing tonight. We've got a full schedule of games this evening. Glendale is playing Waynesville tonight in Springfield.
Glendale's still going to throw it around even though they got a different coach. They still got the same system. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left for the Liberators. Drop backs to throw. He's going to throw the one down the sideline, and they're going to throw a flag on that. I could see that one coming because Wilson, number 3, had his arms around him before the ball got there. Fortunately, Kinslow had the opportunity for the interception, but he slipped going for the ball, and it's going to be a pass interference, which is going to be a 15-yard penalty against the West Plains Zizzers from the Liberator 44-yard line.
That'll take you down to the 41. Not like professional where it's
spot of the foul.
Spot foul. So that's not, if you get beat, that's not a bad penalty to take, especially late in the half. But that does move Bolivar inside West Plains territory at the 42-yard line. And we've seen that Durham can really throw the football, so they're within range if they get some people open.
So they're playing with 5 people on the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Patke. That time Judd says, he's going anywhere this time. And Alex Judd steps in, makes the stop, helped by the defensive line. And we were talking on one of the commercials, Harlan. It makes a difference who you got in front of you. And Alex last year had a bunch of guys in front of him that kept him off him. This year he's going to have to teach these guys in front of him now, hey, don't let them get to me.
Right.
Zizzers line up with 4 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers. Durham calls for the ball. Could have been a motion penalty. No calls made, and Durham gets the first down and more, and he's knocked down from behind as he picks up about 15 yards all the way down to the Zizzer 22, and it's a 1st and 10 as the clock winds down from 1:40 here in the first half.
That was a nice play, and that's the benefit of having a veteran and a senior quarterback. He made the right read and picked up a big gain.
1st and 10 from the 22. Zizzers defensively. Patke has it. He's going to be caught from behind. Nice play there by 78. That's Peyton Allen. Allen drug him down from behind, and that's how the defensive linemen are supposed to play right there. Get a hand on him, hold him up long enough to get a little help, and that's exactly what he did for a 2-yard gain. Clock running down inside 1:12. Durham calls for it. He's going to roll left. Pressure comes. Is he going to get outside? Howell chases. Oh, my, what a collision at the 16-yard line. Durham gets up. He's ready to go. So are the Zizzers. Judd's there. Houston's there. Warren Larson's there. So the Zizzers converge, knock him out of bounds after a gain of 3, brings up 3rd down at about 5. The ball spotted at the 17-yard line. They got to get to the 12 for a 1st and 10.
Alex took quite a shot right that time.
Durham keeps up the middle this time. Howell drags him down from behind at the 15-yard line, so it's going to be 4th down and about 3.5 for the Liberators, and this is a big play right here for the Zizzer defense.
It's almost like they're playing for a field goal here. But
well, they take a timeout. We'll be back in a minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Edgeler and Harper Farm Equipment in Mountain Grove and West Plains and Kubota have teamed up to save you money on the L-Series Kubota tractor packages, like the L2501, the L2502, and the L3901. Now through October 31st, get 0 down, 0% interest for 84 months on dependable Kubota tractors at Edgeler and Harper Farm Equipment.
Remember, we are names you can trust. Edgeler and Harper Farm Equipment and Kubota in West Plains and Mountain Grove.
Hey, Zizzer fan, tonight, after the game, tune in to the Fox 96.9 for The Locker Room Show with me, James Hurt. It's your opportunity to call in and talk about tonight's game, hand out game balls to deserving players, and give them the recognition that they deserve. It's every Friday night after the games on the Fox 96.9. It's The Locker Room Show with me, James Hurt, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
He didn't make it, did he?
It's a matter of the spot, Harlan. He kept it. I think he got it. The Zizzers say he didn't, but the officials are going to put the ball down. They're going to put it down at about the 11-yard line. If they do that, it should be enough for a 1st and 10.
I didn't think we got a very good spot on that play from the defensive standpoint, but we're down to 43 seconds to go. Timeout-wise, Bolivar has 1.
Yeah, they bring the ball all the way over here to the official on the sideline because he spotted the forward progress rather than leaving the ball in the middle of the field. So the ball's going to be right at the 11-yard line, and Harlan, I'm afraid that they've picked up the 1st down on a 4th down and 4.
Now, that'll be a 1st down. I don't think there's the chains were on the far side of the field. So just to be on the safe side, they'll bring them out, stretch them out, and it'll probably be a 1st down by about half the length of the football or something like that.
They stretch it out.
Oh, it's easy.
1st down by about a half a yard.
Yeah.
So the Liberators have it 1st and 10 at the 11. 43 seconds to go. They've got 1 timeout remaining. Zizzers have no timeouts.
And to stay in the game, Bolivar really needs to score here.
Yeah. Now, the Zizzers will get the ball to start the second half. But if you're going to have a football game, the Liberators need to put points on. Liberators are going to go with 3 wide outs and a slot back. Durham calls for the ball. Hand off to Patke. Patke hit at the line. Judd's right there. And a nice play by Alex Judd. He shot the gap. Hit him at the line of scrimmage. Patke picks up 2, but the clock continues to run, and the Liberators are in a hurry. Zizzers defensively step up. Patke up the middle. He's hitting the backfield, gets away, and into the end zone. What a run by the number 38, the Patke kid from Bolivar. The senior just went in from 8 yards out and gets the touchdown for the Liberators.
That was a really good run.
Yes, it was.
He's made some very good runs tonight, and that was a very determined run. West Plains had him.
Yeah.
Just past the line of scrimmage. He broke 2 tackles, and bang, he's in the end zone. So a big play for Bolivar. That keeps him in the football game, making it 24-12.
And they're going to go for 2. Durham calls for it. He's going to run to the left side, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. So we got a 24-14 ball game with 14 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Craving Domino's Pizza? Try Domino's new Loaded Tots with 3 varieties. Order Loaded Tots to suit your taste. Melty 3 cheese, cheddar bacon, or Philly cheese. Taste yum. Or get them with a mix or match deal for only $6.99. Mix or match 2 or more from medium 2-topping pizzas, breads, Loaded Tots, boneless chicken wings, pastas, sandwiches, salads, or desserts. Domino's in West Plains and Mountain Grove. Domino's. Oh, yes, we did.
For anything you need around the office, think Bureau. Office furniture? Think Bureau. Pens, paper, forms? Think Bureau. Cleaning and janitorial supplies? Think Bureau. Need supplies but you don't have time to get it? Think Bureau. They deliver. So for anything you need for the office, think Bureau. Stop by and see them just off the square in West Plains or online at thinkbureau.com. Bureau, 202 West Main in West Plains.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We're in Bolivar, Missouri, where the Liberators just scored. They went for two, makes it a 24-14 game with 14 seconds to go here in the first half. Liberators will kick the ball away. I don't think they're going to kick it deep. They're crowding the line of scrimmage, and so are the Zizzers.
No scoring first quarter, 38 points here in the second.
They didn't kick it. They ground it, and the Zizzers take a knee.
Oh.
That could have been a late hit because he was down, but he was still tackled. The ball was recovered there by number 47 for West Plains. That's Dallas Roberts, and he takes the ball down at the 34. So the Zizzers will get one play with 12 seconds, so there was no time run off. And you think maybe they'll look at number 10?
I was going to say, you think we'll throw it?
Or do we take a knee?
Bomb it. What you got to lose?
Well, they're going to the what do they call that? The safety formation. Jones is going to take a snap. He's going to take a knee. Unless the Liberators call time, and that's the end of the first half, and they don't, as the clock continues to wind down. So we'll be back in 2 minutes here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Summer isn't over yet, and there's still time for adventure. Whether you need navigation, all-wheel drive, towing capability, or third-row seating, Bailey Chevrolet GMC has the SUV to get you there.
This is John Bailey of Bailey Chevrolet in beautiful downtown Willow Springs. Come test drive the sport utility for your next adventure today. Find new roads.
Go 4693111. Bailey team is gonna get it done.
Did you know periodic maintenance is needed to keep your well, pump, and pressure tank running as they should? A to Z Pump Service offers parts and maintenance for your well. Have your well, tank, and pump checked annually. Stay ahead of potential problems and save money with regular maintenance. Call A to Z Pump Service and schedule your well maintenance today. 417-256-8089. A to Z Pump Service. We are pumping to please.
Hi, this is Taylor Grubauer with Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet Buick GMC in West Plains. Have you seen the all-new Buicks lately? Like the Encore GX, Envision, Enclave, or the all-new Buick Envista? Take a look. We are South Central Missouri's only Buick dealer, and we have a huge inventory to choose from. Come by and see us in West Plains for the best price on an all-new Buick.
Find new roads today.
And get great buys from nice guys.
Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet in West Plains.
It's time to start planning for vacation. Wilbanks Tire reminds you to check your tires before you hit the road. Wilbanks Tire and West Plains are the tire guys that can get you back on the road with new tread at a price you can afford. Plus, once you buy a set of tires from Wilbanks Tire, you can come in anytime for free tire rotation for the life of your tires. So, as a customer of Wilbanks Tire, you will always be a customer of Wilbanks Tire. Price, quality, and service. All at Wilbanks Tire, 201 West 2nd Street in West Plains.
The switch is on to the Medicine Shop Pharmacy in West Plains. People are transferring their prescriptions to the Medicine Shop because they have free delivery within a 10-mile radius of West Plains. And they are a locally owned independent pharmacy with drive-through and curbside pickup. Switch to Medicine Shop Pharmacy, located next to Brookhaven Healthcare on Kentucky Avenue in West Plains. Online at westplains.medicineshop.com or download our RX local app to get more information, refill reminders, and more.
A rock chip. It starts out so small and harmless. Just a little blemish on the windshield. Then one day you climb in your car and your windshield looks like a road map. Crack after crack from side to side, top to bottom, and points in between. Don't let that happen. Go see Kevin at SMP Quality Auto Glass. He can fix rock chips and prevent it from running a race across your windshield. If you didn't catch it in time, don't worry, he installs new windshields too. SMP Quality Auto Glass. Show us your crack.
If you're a small business owner in southern Missouri, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Justin Shelby runs a small business in southern Missouri too. He understands the unique needs of local business owners. Justin will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price. Because the one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call me, State Farm Agent Justin Shelby, for your small business needs today. Like a good neighbor, Justin Shelby State Farm is there.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We're at halftime of the West Plains Zizzers and the Bolivar Liberators football game here in Bolivar at SBU Stadium, or Platzer Stadium, on the SBU campus in Harlan. At the end of the first quarter, it was 0-0. At the end of the half, it's 24-14.
Just goes to show you, I was convinced after the first quarter, and I looked at Paul and I said, this is probably going to be a pretty close game. Well, it's tightened up a little bit. Bolivar, with that last touchdown, made it a 10-point game. But I think that we'll see in the second half, West Plains will probably lean a little bit more toward the vertical passing game, because once they decided that they could do that, they just really started to tear into the secondary for Bolivar.
I was going to say Kinslow and Houston have been wide open many a time downfield early in this ball game, and the Zizzers have taken advantage as they lead by a score of 24-14. The Zizzers, as we said, no score at the end of the first quarter, but in the second quarter, everybody caught on fire, and the Zizzers take advantage and get a lot of points. And Harlan, you want me to review the scoring, or you want to? We both wrote them down.
You go ahead, man.
All right, here we go. Zizzers scored with 10:40 to go in the quarter when Howell went in from 3 yards out. Larson kicks the extra point. West Plains is on top by a score of 7-0. Then on the very next play, Patke was 98 yards on the turn. Made it 7-6 because of the kick fail. 7:09 to go in the quarter. Larson, 29-yard field goal for the Zizzers, made it 10-6 in charge of West Plains. Jones to Houston on a 12-yard pass with 3:26 to go in the second quarter, made it a 17-6 game. Kinslow from Jones, 70 yards. Larson with the extra point, 24-6. And then with just, 12 seconds left in the half, Pankey goes in from 7 yards out. Durham runs the 2-point conversion. So at halftime, we've got a 24-14 ball game here from Bolivar.
And the trends that have developed in the second quarter in particular, West Plains found they could get the ball deep down the field, and that's not a big surprise. Isaiah Jones has the arm to get it downfield. The other thing, that generally tonight, Bolivar's done a pretty good job running the football. They've handled West Plains up front and opened up some room for Patke to run the football. And I think we've also discovered that Blake Durham, their quarterback, has a really good arm, and that Patke is a legit running back here for Bolivar. So, we look at this 24-14 score, hope that it kind of keeps going that direction. But at the same time,
it could go the other way in any time.
It could. And Bolivar, to me, looks much better than they did last year in a lot of respects.
Yeah, I was going to say Bolivar's a better team than they were last year. And the Zizzers have kind of, I'm not going to say they started out where they finished, because, of course, when you get to the state semifinals, you've had a pretty good season. And now they come out this year with a lot of faces to replace, a lot of positions to fill, and it looks like they've done a pretty good job, Coach White and his staff, of getting this team ready to go here on the first game of the season of 2023. We'll be back in 2 minutes more here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Rooted in our communities, Simmons goes beyond banking. We're your friendly neighbor. Committed to fostering strong community bonds, we proudly invest in our local schools. When you're in need of banking services, Simmons Bank is here for you. Whether you're striving towards your goals or aiming for financial success, count on Simmons Bank to be your partner every step of the way. To discover a nearby branch, simply visit simmonsbank.com. Simmons Bank, member FDIC.
The Ozarks Healthcare team cares about your athlete's health. That's why they're on the sidelines cheering you on and ready to step in should anything happen. Dr. Pyatt is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The OZH team sends best wishes to all athletes for safe play and exceptional sportsmanship. For more information about Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedic and Spine, visit www.ozarkshealthcare.com.
There are two types of to-dos. To-dos you want to do and to-dos you gotta do. Hopping on your Coyote tractor to plow a little patch of heaven on your land is a wanna-do. But flossing before a dentist appointment so they don't suspect that flossing is a never-do, that's a gotta do. For all the to-dos you want to do, check out the many models of hard-working Coyote CS, CX, and CK tractors. For the gotta do's, well, Godspeed. Coyote, we dig dirt. Stop in and see my parents, Scott and Crystal Brown, at Lynch Equipment in West Plains.
If you own one truck to a fleet of trucks, TLG Peterbilt understands that when one broke down, it's more than lost time. Here at TLG Peterbilt, uptime all the time means we have the right parts for all models of trucks and trailers to get your truck back on the road and your drivers home for the game. Hey, this is Damon with TLG Peterbilt in Willow Springs. We proudly support our West Plains Zizzers. Visit us at tlgtrucks.com or on Highway 60 in Willow Springs.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We've still got 12 minutes to go in halftime after this late starting game because of the increased temperatures. And Harlan, pretty good rain today in West Plains and some areas around West Plains. And they talk like maybe getting some rain right here around 10 o'clock, which is about 30 minutes away.
Well,
that's what I got a text saying that rain may hit you guys about 10. I hope it goes south of us. Not that they don't need it in Bolivar, but I just as soon play this game in the dry.
Well, Drew must have got his divining rod out because he found
water.
Found us some water, and that's worth a lot right there.
Yeah.
24-14. Next week, Glendale will be the opponent, and we're going to have, of course, for the first home game, we always set up the tent outside the front gate. We'll have T-shirts, give away, and all kinds, probably hot dogs and that sort of thing. And so that's always that's become sort of a tradition with the first home game. So make sure to come by and see us and get a hot dog, get yourself a free T-shirt while they last, because I guarantee they will go quite quickly. And by next Friday, I think our weather is going to be noticeably cooler, and that's a good deal.
Noticeably cooler, and also I think next Friday is pink out night, isn't it, too? I do believe.
You're putting me on the spot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I think next Friday. I shouldn't have said anything because I know they were selling pink out shirts, and you had to get them ordered by a certain time this week for the game. And I thought it was next week, first home game. But we'll have more about that. Harlan will have more about that on the Double H show every morning at 6 o'clock.
I do know this. We will have those red T-shirts giveaway with the KDY shirts.
Yes,
so.
I was going to say Drew's got one on tonight.
He does, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So
it's a great day. Harlan, I've been doing this stuff for a while. It's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun, especially when they play well.
It can be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It can be a little less fun if you're not very good.
Well, I was going to say there were some years where we kind of had to make stuff up,
where we weren't very good. But those days seem like a distant memory.
Yes, they do.
Paul Knight every once in a while will call me in the morning, just a little bit after 6.
Away from licking.
Says, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, not much. I'm just I'm here. You know where to find me, I guess."
Yes.
But anyway,
my radio's tuned to 102.5.
Thank you very much.
At 6 o'clock.
All right. Well, I may just rename the early market report after you.
No, don't do that.
The Paul Knight update.
I have no idea what those guys are talking about. And I grew up on a farm. That's what's bad.
That's all right. We have a pretty good contingent here. I was thinking that because of the heat that it might put a dent. I think it did put a little bit of a dent in our crowd turning out for the ball game tonight.
There's still quite a bit of red over there on the far sideline over there.
There is, and they've got a pretty fair turnout on this side, on the Bolivar side.
Mm-hmm.
So we are a hardy people here in this part of this Missouri and in north central Arkansas. We've got other scores. Willow Springs trailing at the half, going into the second half, 42-0 against the Mustangs of California, and the Liberty Eagles trailing at the half 10-6 against the Stratford Indians. And that game, I think, has just started. the second half. There's a ton of games going on around. A lot of the time when Missouri starts, Arkansas will wait a week and then start after September 1st. But that's not the case.
Not the case this year.
Everybody's playing tonight, so we'll have a full scoreboard with James Hurt over on the Fox 96.9 at the conclusion of the Liberty game tonight.
James, I got a chance to talk to him, and he was looking forward to getting to do the post-game show, and he does the pregame show too for the Liberty Eagles, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He comes in every Friday morning because when we do the history lesson question, it's always a sports trivia question on Friday, and so he'll come in and usually knock that out of the park. He is really good when it comes to sports trivia, and he'll be taking calls from folks. If you're listening to the Zizzer broadcast, which you obviously are right now, I would invite you to give James a call during the locker room show and give your report on the way you thought this game went, some of the players that excelled, and he'll be happy to put you on the radio. So that'll be coming up after our broadcast. It'll be coming up after the Liberty broadcast over on the Fox 96.9. So you're going to play golf this weekend?
Planning on playing tomorrow.
Going to play at where at?
At West Plains Country Club.
Okay.
I'm not in a tournament. I know there's a tournament. The country club is hosting a Ryder Cup match, I believe, tomorrow with Rolla.
Okay.
36 holes tomorrow in West Plains, and 18 the next day in Rolla. But I won't be doing that. I didn't qualify.
The Ed and Judy North two-person scramble is going on at North Terra tomorrow. And I'm sure that there are openings for that. Start time is noon. Two-person scramble at $75 a person, and they're going to feed you. And I'm sure they'll have some refreshments and things to help keep you hydrated. I'll tell you what, I got some Gatorade on ice right now, and that stuff is going to be ready to go when that all gets started tomorrow. So the Ed and Judy North two-person scramble will be taking place at North Terra tomorrow. Noon start time. Check-in. I'll try to get there by 11 and get signed up for what's going to be a lot of fun. Let's take a break. Come back with the second half getting close. They'll put 3 minutes on the clock when they come out to add to the 6 already out there. So we got a ways to go. And they're taking their sweet time because of the heat, giving players a chance, a little bit more of a chance to recover. At halftime, it's 24-14. West Plains leading Bolivar, and we're back in a moment on KDY.
Hey, Zizzer fans, I need you all to hear me. A winning team starts with a winning spirit. Hey, this is Ashton Judd, proud Zizzer and Mizzou Tiger, to tell you about the winning team at Ozark Hills Insurance. They have a team of winners that can help you find the right insurance at the right price. I knew the day the Zizzer girls went to the state title game that our winning spirit would prevail. Be a winner and call Ozark Hills Insurance for a quote today with offices in West Plains and Mountain Home. Go Zizzers.
Save at the back-to-school sale at Monty's Outdoors, an annual sale where you can save 20 to 50% off athletic and outdoor clothing and shoes from Under Armour, Columbia, and Life is Good. Find other school-time essentials like backpacks, sack packs, duffel bags, also cleats, sports socks, compression wear, ball caps, and more. Check out the Zizzer Pro Store, a partnership with West Plains R7 to find one-of-a-kind Zizzer gear. All this and more for your back-to-school at Monty's Outdoors in West Plains.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance.
Hi, this is Dave Thomas with Shelter Insurance at 214 West Main Street. Let us help you with all your insurance needs. We specialize in auto, home, life, and business. Call or text us at 256-6116.
SaveWithDave.com. Hey, Zizzer fan, tonight, after the game, tune in to the Fox 96.9 for The Locker Room Show with me, James Hurt. It's your opportunity to call in and talk about tonight's game, hand out game balls to deserving players, and give them the recognition that they deserve. It's every Friday night after the games on the Fox 96.9. It's The Locker Room Show with me, James Hurt, and I look forward to hearing from you.
doing, Knight? This is Roadrunner for Junkyard Dog. You got your ears on? Come on. 10-4. What can I do for you? I just passed you, son. Where'd you get all that chrome and them chicken lights? Come back. Rick's Truck Repair. They got the biggest selection of chrome and LED lights within 100 miles, and they're my go-to place for repair, so I'm not down for long. Mercy me, my Rick's got some issues. What's there, 20? They're on sale 63 in West Plains next to Highland Dairy. This is the Roadrunner, and I am headed to Rick's Truck Repair. I am gone.
Sometimes your mouth just craves some great taste. And sure, the craving may subside for a period of time, but it always comes back. So, what's the best way to crush out that craving you have for something delicious? Well, I suppose a 12-pack of refreshing and delicious Crush ought to do it. If you're ready for tasty, go ahead and grab a Crush 12-pack today at participating locations.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We're at halftime. We still got 2:20 to go until they get to the mandatory 3-minute warm-up period. Both teams have been on the field, Harlan, for the last couple of minutes, but the officials are still standing down there in the end zone, and they're not ready to go yet.
We may have to put 3 minutes on the clock just so that they can get ready for the second half. The players are ready. We had a long halftime, which is
20 minutes instead of 15.
Yeah, not a surprise, and for good reason. But you know one thing that we haven't seen so far on a night that is not as maybe as hot as we thought it might be. It's plenty hot enough. But one thing that you normally see in week one is you see players with the hotter temperatures cramping up. We haven't seen that really tonight.
We haven't seen any cramping, and we haven't seen hardly anybody go down with any kind of an injury, because, leg cramp or a pulled muscle or something like that. And we haven't had any flags. We've had 2 flags, one not a delay game, but a unsportsmanlike conduct, and then a legal procedure that we called back because West Plains had called timeout before they called the delay of game penalty. So it's been a pretty error-free ball game, and the Zizzlers lead 24-14. And they're going to get the ball to start the second half here as soon as we get ready. And now the officials are on the field, so we'll just kind of play it by ear. We got a minute to go, Harlan, until the clock stops, and then we'll see what happens there.
87 is the current temperature here in Bolivar tonight. The heat index number is still well above 90 degrees. So skies are clear, and there's that 30% chance of rain, which it sounds to me like we may
have avoided that.
Like you were saying, Paul, they're promising us that it looks like probably right around 10 o'clock. Yep, that's pretty much what they're saying. So we'll see about it. But we're playing on the turf. Rain starts to fall here. It may start steaming. I don't know.
We may have a fog roll in here in a little bit.
Yeah, that could happen as well. West Plains gets the football first to start the second half. That could be a big advantage. Paul was rooting for a prolonged drive, but I don't know. After the way that West Plains has been able to hit some big plays downfield with long passes, if you're Bolivar, that's got to be something that they were talking about, because in order to stay in the game, they can't give up any more of these big plays. But West Plains is going to, they're going to go back to that well at least a couple more times probably before this ball game is over with. They've had some success. We haven't done a lot running the football tonight, and that's something that'll probably have to be worked on and improved upon, because you got to have a running game. But no matter how good you can throw the football, Glendale has proved that over the years.
Yeah. And I was going to say, one of the things that the West Plains offense has done is they've taken care of the football. Like I said, no turnovers. And like I said, Harlan, if you put 3 people on Houston, that means somebody's uncovered. And they found them a couple of times. Balls down the field, one a long touchdown where he basically just ran by everybody, caught the ball, and then ran into the end zone. And Zizzers led 24-14. They did put the other time on there.
I'm going to say it all year. Okay. They put 20 minutes on the blooming clock, and then just I'm almost like out of habit, put 3 more minutes up there. Put 23 minutes on the clock to start with, and just be done with it if that's the way you want to go about it. But with a 20-minute half, both teams were out here with about
6 minutes to go.
With 6 minutes to go before the end of the halftime period, and so what do? They end up standing around, and this is after they've already had time to get loose. So you're standing on the sideline just waiting for something to happen. But looks like we're just about ready to go. Let's take one more quick break, a 1-minute timeout. Second half kickoff. Bolivar kicking to West Plains when we come back in a minute on KDY.
Since 1993, Howell County Habitat for Humanity has built 29 homes and will be starting their 30th this year. They do it to provide a decent and affordable place to live for partnered families. Habitat for Humanity brings people together to build homes, communities, and hope, celebrating 30 years in business. Find out more on Facebook and at Habitat Restore on Porter Wagner Boulevard, or visit howcountyhabitat.org.
Summer isn't over yet, and there's still time for adventure. Whether you need navigation, all-wheel drive, towing capability, or third-row seating, Bailey Chevrolet GMC has the SUV to get you there.
This is John Bailey of Bailey Chevrolet in beautiful downtown Willow Springs. Come test drive the sport utility for your next adventure today. Find new roads.
Go 4693111. Bailey team is gonna get it done.
Now it's more Zizzer football on Hot Country KDY.
The place kicker for the Bolivar Liberators, getting ready to tee it up, is Jordan Burke. He kicked for them last year. You know, these kids that we saw last year have been prominent players in this game here tonight. And now let's see if West Plains can return the favor on this kickoff like Bolivar did early in the game. With second half kick, West Plains up 10, 24-14. Here is Mr. Paul Knight.
It's a high kick. It's going to be fielded by the Zizzlers at around the 11-yard line. I didn't catch who it was. Oh, my God, what a tackle. The receiver was Remy Wilson, but he was met viciously at the line, and he's slow to get up, but he does get up, hands the ball to the officials. And we're ready to go with the second half as the West Plains Zizzlers lead 24-14.
There's some striking going on out there, as Carl Williams used to say.
Yes, and they mark it at the 22, so they give him a little forward progress. And the Zizzlers are on the field in the white uniforms. I mean, those are white uniforms. Pants, shirts, helmets.
I think the helmets are kind of sharp.
Yeah, I do too.
Got the red, got the lightning bolt on a white hat.
Jones in the under center, sends Kinslow across the formation, turns, fakes the pitch, or pitches out wide. Running back 35, he's in the ball game for the first time. That's his first carry. That's Lance Norton, senior wide backer, and he takes it out across the 25 to the 25 and a half. So it's a pickup of about 4, and it brings up second down and 6.
They faked the ball inside to freeze the linebackers and went on the toss play around the end. And it picked up about 4. And now West Plains from their own 26-yard line. You know, they might like to see if they could establish a ground game here because they really didn't do a whole lot on the ground in the first half. Eat up some time because you got a 10-point lead.
And Norton's a much bigger back than Wilson is. High snap. Jones catches it. He's not going to get much. In fact, he's lucky to get to the line of scrimmage, plus maybe a yard or 2, and that's going to bring up a third down, and you really don't like to have 3rd and 5 on your first series in the second quarter. Second half.
He took nothing and made something out of it. That very easily could have been lost yardage, but he picked up a yard and a half. And now third down and about 4. We'll see what
good 4 yards. Coach White gives the play to Jones. He gets to the huddle, bumps to the line of scrimmage. Zizzlers go with a tight formation. Jones is under center. 2 receivers, one left, one right. Jones is going to throw, but there's pressure on, and he's going to be sacked. And the Liberators' defense has come to play here in the second half as Jones didn't ever have a chance. He's all the way back at the 17. Well, they're going to mark at the 19-yard line. And it'll be 4th down and about 15 to go, and the Zizzlers are going to be forced to punt it away on the first series of the second half.
Mason McCurry made the play for Bolivar. He blitzed right up the middle, 180-pounder, and like Paul said, Isaiah had zero chance on that play.
As Isaiah sent it away. High snap. He catches. We got a flag. He's going to pull it out now. A little slow getting out of there. We got a illegal substitution against the West Plains Zizzers. And is too many players or not enough?
Well, it looks like they got the right number now. But
we got 11 out there now, but we got an illegal substitution called against the West Plains Zizzers, so that's going to take it all the way back to the 14-yard line. And once again, Jones back to punt it away. Liberators are going to have a very good field position after this punt.
And now it looks like we don't have enough out there.
Well, I was going to say, I'm not counting, but Coach White got, high snap. He got it away. And the ball hits, got a good bounce. It's going to cross the 50-yard line and roll dead at the 49. It's going to be 1st and 10 Liberators at their own 49-yard line. Jones was lucky to get that one away, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Liberators at their own 49-yard line.
That could have been a Greek tragedy, but it turned into a 37-yard punt with no return, and the ball right at midfield. Tell you what, Bolivar's got to be feeling pretty good about themselves right now. That was a really good stand to start the half defensively, and now they're going to be looking to find something, but we do have some conversation with the officials downstairs.
I was going to say, I have no idea what's going on because I don't see a flag anywhere, and they're kind of wandering around.
Personal foul. Thank you.
Against the Liberators.
Well, I'll put 15 yards on, tack that on the end of this play, right?
Yeah. I never saw the flag on the field.
I didn't
either.
Harlan? No, I think they've thrown flags tonight, come up before people really had a chance to see where they were at or what they were all about.
But they indicated it's a personal foul against the Liberators. The ball went dead at the 49.5-yard line, so you mark off 15 against that. Now all the way back to the 34.5-yard line, where the Liberators have it 1st and 10.
Wow.
That was a big break for the West Plains Zizzers. Big change of possession and a change in the field position as well.
52-yard difference from where we punted to where they over here on first down.
1st and 10. Durham. Inside handoff. Guess who? And that's going to be a collar tackle. That's a 15-yarder. So they're going to get the 15 back plus what he gained, which was about 6 on the run. And that'll bring up a 1st and 10 in West Plains territory after this one's marked off.
I thought it was going to be a face mask is what I thought it was going to be, but
horse collar.
Horse collar?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they do make the Rodney Dangerfield tie motion. You know, like
there's no telling. The referee hasn't moved. He's going to give us the indication. Personal foul, horse collar, and it'll be a 1st and 10 all the way down to the West Plains 43-yard line.
Well, so much for all that additional yardage because they marked that off from the point of the foul.
Yes.
First down for Bolivar. They're still in the ball game.
Durham under center. Hands off to Patrick. And this time, nothing. As Judd, along with several of the defensive linemen, I'm trying to find, number 60? Yes, or 50. 50. I'm going to have to find out who that is. That's Dylan Brigham. Or Brigham Dylan. Dylan Brigham. Some are first names last, some are last names first. Durham, under center, or in the shotgun, motion man. Sweeps to the right side. That was a forward pass.
That was a forward pass.
That was not a lateral. That was a forward pass. And that's going to pick up about 3. Takes the ball back to the 42-yard line, 41-yard line. And it'll bring up 3rd down and about 7 to go. So the Liberators now facing a 3rd and 7 from the West Plains 41. Zizzer defense did a good job that time, Harlan, coming up on that one.
I'll give credit where it's due. Bolivar's offensive line, I think, has really played pretty good tonight.
They've kept the Zizzer defensive line out of the backfield. And as soon as I say that, blitz comes, screen pass over the middle, Patrick catches it, and he's got the first down and more. And he made that one, once again, Harlan, on his own. Scissors everywhere. He catches the ball, makes people miss, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Liberators. They have the ball at the West Plains 32. They're up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Durham looks downfield. No pressure. All of a sudden, here it comes. Zizzers don't get there. He throws it to the side, and that's an end.
He was outside the pocket.
That's right. He's outside the pocket, and he did throw it across the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd down.
Now, well, Paul, I was going to say, now as we get a little bit later in the ball game, it's going to be maybe a little tougher for people to get to the quarterback because you're just not going to have quite as much gas in the tank.
No.
And the more you have to chase them, the tougher it's going to be. So there's still a problem. Down 10, 8:03 to go.
Scissors substitute defensive lineman. They're bringing heat. Option. They pitch it. This time he breaks a tackle at the line, breaks another one in the secondary, out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. And that's enough for a Liberator 1st down. It's a 1st and 10 from the 15 as the Liberators are marching down the field, trailing by 10 with 7:55 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
We've done some good things tonight. We've done a few bad things, and one of the bad things is our tackling. Tackling has not been very good.
I bet we have some contact Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Durham looks things over. Hands off. Patchy. This time doesn't get much as he does cross the 15, gets down near the 13-yard line. So that's a pickup of 2 and brings it up 2nd down and 8 to go for the Liberators. And once again, the Zizzers substituted along that defensive front. Coming into the ball game, number 71. That's Peyton Reynolds. They send the Liberators to spread things out this time. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Durham going to roll to the right. Pressure comes. Here it comes. He's going to throw it into the end zone. It is caught, but they say it's a touchdown.
Oh, my.
I don't see how they called it a touchdown, and he got control of it out there in the green area, not even in the purple.
I don't know about that. That was very close to being out of bounds.
I don't think he has the ball. Well, they're talking to each other, but they're going to give it a touchdown. Play was made by, I think it was number 3 that made the catch, wasn't it? And they're calling the score.
0.
Is it 0?
Yes.
So that's Evan Nichols. So they're going to give them the score, 7:13 in the 3rd quarter, and the Liberators are within 4. And the play clock is stopped, and the Liberators are trying to get people on the field. They're going to kick the extra point. Durham holds, kicks up. Looks good to me. It is 24-21 ball game. We'll be back in a minute here on the radio, KQY 102.5.
We all love things that are free, like the free gift you receive when you open a free checking account, business or personal, at West Plains Bank and Trust Company. You can even score free gifts for your friends and family if you refer them and they open free checking accounts. Plus, earn a free gift for yourself each time one of your referrals opens an account. Visit us in West Plains, Mountain View, Willow Springs, or Houston for more information. Find out for yourself why our customers leave as friends at West Plains Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
Now is the time to save on Kubota zero-turn lawnmowers at Edgeler and Harper Farm Equipment in Mountain Grove and West Plains. While supplies last, get 0% APR financing for up to 60 months on Kubota zero-turn mowers with no money down. Shop while supplies last at Edgeler and Harper Farm Equipment. Now, September 30th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for details.
Remember, we are names you can trust. Edgeler and Harper Farm Equipment and Kubota in West Plains and Mountain Grove.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We got a ball game, Harlan, 24-21. We got 7:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. Zizzers led 24-14. Didn't do much the first time they had the ball. They'll have to do better this time.
Second half has gone about as good as Bolivar could have hoped because they got a stop on defense to start it, got the ball back, pushed the ball downfield after a long penalty on a punt, and now Bolivar kicks it away again.
High kick. It's going to come. Oh, they're going to let it hit the ground, and it's going to roll into the end zone. So the Zizzers will get it at the, is it the 20 or 25?
I believe the 20-yard line.
20-yard line? Well, we're going to find out. The official starting on the far sideline at the 25. Now he's walking back to the 20. So it's 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the West Plains Zizzers offense, who didn't do much the last time they had it. They're going to have to do better now as they lead by only 3, 24-21, 7:13 to go here in quarter number 3.
Bolivar got, well, I shouldn't say they got lucky. They made a good play. They blitzed on 3rd down on the last series that really blew up that possession. So West Plains is going to have to find a way to move the football on the ground a little bit, but keep looking downfield. You're going to have more chances to hit them deep.
I was going to say they got Wilson and Howell in the backfield in the I formation. Howell, of course, the fullback. Wilson, the tailback. Jones under center. Jones hands it to Wilson. Wilson across the 20 to the 23-yard line. The ball's on the ground, but they say it's dead ball. Zizzers maintain possession, and it's 2nd down and about 7 after a pickup of 3.
3 yards and a cloud of plastic there.
Yes, it is. A little kick up of, what do they call those pellets things?
Yeah, those little rubber pellets.
Yeah, yeah. 2nd down and 7 for the Zizzers. They lead by 3. We're inside 7 to go in the 3rd quarter. Liberators have come out here in the second half, taking control. Jones in the shotgun. 3 receivers right, 1 big receiver left. That's Houston. Guess where they're looking? Down the sideline. Houston is there. Guess who catches it? Houston has it caught at the 45-yard line of the Liberators, and it's a 1st and 10 for the West Plains Zizzers. And you find the big guy whenever you need to. That's just one good athlete out there. That's just good athlete throwing to another good athlete.
At least double coverage, and they had a 3rd guy that was in the same area.
Same vicinity, yeah. 1st and 10 at the Liberator 45, so that takes a little bit of the pressure off the offense for West Plains as they're now in Liberator territory. Jones in the backfield with Howell and Wilson. Jones, the junior, man in motion is Kinslow. They pick to him, and they give it to Wilson. Wilson made a nice play as he was hit in the backfield, but spun away from that one and picks up 4. And instead of a 2nd down and 11, we've got a 2nd down and 6.
Really good ball fake that time after the handoff by Isaiah Jones. It's 2nd down and about 5.5 here. West Plains still up by 3, 24-21. There was a point in this game where we had a pretty substantial lead, but not the case now. Need to get some more points on the board.
Norton in the backfield. Kinslow goes in motion. They fake to Kinslow. They give to Norton. He gets to the outside. He's got the 1st down and more. He's still running. Norton all the way down to the 25-yard line. A nice run by the senior. That's his 2nd carry. He picks up about 20 and gets to the 25, and it's 1st and 10 for the West Plains Zizzers.
That's best run of the night for the offense. And he did a really good job. He had a guy coming right for him and ducked down, and the guy just whiffed. And that allowed him to pick up about 7 or 8 more yards. So a 1st down for West Plains, in need of more points here, and we're down to the 5:30 mark and counting in the 3rd quarter. West Plains up 24-21.
Howell in the backfield along with Norton. Jones under center. They're going to throw. Pressure comes, and Jones is sacked again. They're getting to him now. They didn't get to him in the first half, but they're getting to him in the second half. He's going to have to take his helmet came off, and the Zizzers. Well, what have we got? They indicated timeout. Oh, he's got to come out for one play, I think, because of the loss of the helmet. So it's a 2nd down and about 16. Into the lineup comes number 1, Will Stauffer. And also into the lineup, number 16, that's Ethan Miller, sophomore quarterback. He's looking forward to this. He's got it 2nd and 16.
He didn't see this one coming, did he?
No, he didn't. He didn't get a chance to warm up. Play clock at 7. First play for Miller. Snap. Oh, we got an offside, and that'll give the Zizzers a chance to get. Oh, Jones can't get it. Hadn't got his helmet. He found one from somebody else. Now he's coming back in the ball game. So Ethan Miller gets to play one play, and he draws the Liberators offside, and it's now 2nd down and 11 instead of 2nd and 16. And Jones is back in the ball game with somebody else's helmet.
Well, they were blitzing again, and what they've done is they are timing the snap count.
Yeah.
And that time, they nearly timed it perfectly, but new quarterback, a little different snap count, and that drew him offside just barely.
We've got a Jones sitting over on the sideline by himself. I don't know if he's injured or just resting.
Here we go.
Going up in the air, and that's way overthrown and intended for Kinslow. Warren Larson's the one that's on the sideline by himself. He's got a little bit of a limp. Anyway, we got a 3rd down and 11. Play clock, or the game clock starts with 4:26 to go in the 3rd quarter. Zizzers have the ball at the Liberator 26-yard line. They got to get to the 15 for a first down. And you got to think right now you're in 4-down territory, or
absolutely.
Yeah, because you're kind of out of field goal range, but not close enough to.
Here they come. Nope, they're
backing up. Passes out there, and it's caught. Oh, and dropped. Incomplete. Remy Wilson had it, went right through his hands, hits the ground. He was wide open on the swing route, and now it's 4th and 11. The Zizzers are going to go for it on 4th and 11.
Instead of a first down and maybe even a touchdown,
He's
now
in the end zone.
It's 4th down and about 11 to go.
He was in the end on the swing route. So we're going to go for the field goal.
Okay.
We don't have enough people on the field. We're missing one.
Chase Larson will kick it.
Oh my
43 yards.
43. It's up, and it's going to be well short. Way short. And that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Liberators from their own 21-yard line, or 20-yard line in high school, because it went into the end zone. So the Zizzers fail to score. Liberators take over with 4:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and they only trail by a score of 24-21.
Oh, man.
And we got an injured Zizzer, number 41 for the West Plains Zizzlers. Alex Judd is being helped off the field, and that is not a good sign.
Not as bad as it gets right there.
Your starting inside linebacker is being helped off the field by teammates.
You hope it's just a cramp, but you never know. That's what I would maybe got kicked in the calf or something like that. He's on both feet. He had a little bit of help getting off the field, but on a night like this, it could be one thing, but it also could just be a cramp.
I was going to say that they got the medical staff over there working with him.
If they start massaging that right calf, then that's a whole lot of thing, but we'll just have to wait and see.
He's not out there defensively. So we've got a 1st and 10 for the Liberators from their own 20-yard line. Failed 24-21. We've had a kind of a break in the action because of the helping Judd off the field. And now we're ready to go. Liberators have the ball, trailing by 3. Durham, the quarterback, number 17 in the backfield, calls for the ball. He's back there. He turns hands off to Patsy. And Patsy didn't have it. Durham did. And Durham is into the secondary. He crosses the 50 all the way down to the West Plains 46-yard line. A big pickup of 36 yards, 34 yards for the Liberators, and it's 1st and 10 in Zizzer territory. And the Zizzler defense is going to have to get round up here pretty quickly.
Again, the offensive line for Bolivar is really coming off the ball, and they are pushing West Plains back up front.
Durham in the backfield. Turns. This time we got a delay or something. No, we got a look of procedure. Far sideline, flag thrown in the direction of the Liberators. So that's a 5-yard penalty, and it's going to bring up first down and 15 from the 49-yard line. And I see him working on Judd's right leg over on the far side. And I can't really tell what's going on over there. It looks like they're trying to tape something. But first and 15 for the Liberators at the Scissor at their own 49-yard line. Durham looks to throw. Pressure comes from both directions. He gets away. He throws down the sideline. And it's going to throw out of bounds, incomplete. Get away there by Durham, escapes the penalty or escapes the rush, and throws it away, and it brings up a second down and 15 from their own 49.
I'll point out a little thing that has been a big thing over the past few years. Dylan had a chance to really put a shot on the quarterback as he was going to the sideline. He pulled up, didn't hit him, and didn't get a stupid penalty.
Yeah.
And that's something that we shouldn't overlook. That was good discipline on his part.
Second and 15. Motion man to the left side. Durham's going to throw again. Pressure comes. He gets going to run out of bounds. He's going to pick up a couple of yards. And, we talked about in the first half, we didn't have any injuries or anything. There's 3 Zizzers over there getting their legs worked on because of cramps.
Well, we may have spoke too soon about the cramp thing.
Yeah, we did. I think we did because there's 3 over there on the sideline, all 3 being worked on for cramp in their right leg. Third down and about 14 to go for the Liberators from the 50-yard line. Big play here defensively for the West Plains Zizzers. They're going to have to keep Durham in the pocket because they've let him get out every time this evening. Durham looks to throw, pressure up the middle. Durham pressured from the outside, gets to the outside. Now he's going to run, and he's going to run out of bounds as Houston chases him out of bounds at the 49 or 46-yard line. So he picks up about 5, but it brings up a 4th down and about 9 to go.
If you look at the game as a whole, Durham has not really hurt West Plains that much throwing the ball.
No, he's running it.
But when he pulls it down and he breaks containment, and now you're looking at 4th down and 10.
Yep.
Boy, this is a really big play in the football game right here. West Plains is holding on to a 3-point lead, but the momentum is definitely on the side of Bolivar now.
Yes, I see Judd is up and walking around. That's a good sign. They're going to punt.
Really?
Yeah, Durham's back to punt the ball away. And
they're going to play field position.
Yeah, they get called for a delay of game, so they'll take the 5-yard penalty. Back to receive the punt is Kinslow.
I guess that they figure that their defense is playing well enough that if they pin West Plains back, they can get the ball back in good field position. So this is probably fairly sound strategy, although I wouldn't be too shocked to see them maybe run a fake here.
Snaps away, punts away. It's going to go out of bounds. That was not a good touch.
Oh, man.
Where's the official?
It's going to stay inside the 30-yard line.
They don't have a clue.
They have no idea.
They have no idea where it went out of bounds. They're walking up, and they say,
"Oh my gosh!"
That's where the ball hit. Was at the 25-yard line, out of bounds, 25, and they're going to mark it at the 24.
Yeah, it's better than being backed up inside your 15-yard line.
Yeah, I was going to say we have the ball. So it's 1st and 10 West Plains at their own 24, and the Zizzlers offense needs to get something going here, as they lead by only 3, 24-21, 3:21 to go in the third quarter, and the Zizzlers have not scored yet in the third. The only points coming from the Liberators.
They have got to give Isaiah Jones more time to throw the football, too.
Jones under center. Motion man comes towards the formation. Looks like a quick move, but no penalties, and Wilson to the outside. Wilson crosses a nice run by the running back there, junior running back, Remy Wilson, 5'6", 170, picked up 7 yards, and now he's limping.
They were blitzing that time, and Bolivar's pretty lucky that didn't turn out to be a bigger play.
Howell goes off the field with a limp as well. He's wandering around on the sideline.
From a number standpoint, we are greatly outnumbered roster-wise here.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And,
And some of our people are freshmen.
Yes, and going both ways, boy, that's going to be tough on a night like tonight.
We're measuring for the first down, and they say that it is.
I didn't get that close, but evidently it was.
And they say it's just short. No, they're looking at it. He's gonna try to reach down and pick up the chain. He's not going to run to the middle of the field. He's going to walk slowly.
He's moving, man.
He's shuffling pretty well. So it's a second down and inches for the Zizzers. They lead 24-21. We've got 2:54 to go still here in quarter number 3 in Bolivar.
About 3 chain links from a first down, it looks like.
You've got the binoculars.
Yes, I do.
You got those binoculars.
I'm telling you. If I drive off and leave them, I got to turn around and go back and get them because
you got to have them.
Got to have them.
Second down and short. West Plains has the football at their own 34-yard line.
This third quarter has gone on and on
and on
and
after
on.
a long halftime. Jones in the shotgun. They send 2 receivers right. Oh, high snap. Jones picks it up. Jones picks up first down on his own as he gets across the 35 to the 38-yard line. Looked to me like that might have been a late hit there when they jumped on his back, but no flag was thrown. And
Isaiah's holding his right shoulder now.
He was jumped on from behind, and he's talking to the officials, and Coach Wyatt's talking to the officials. And
well, he's
going to the sideline.
He's going to the sideline. He reached over, and now they're checking him on the sideline. Man, that's not good.
So you got Ethan Miller coming back into the ball game, the sophomore quarterback for the West Plains Zizzers.
At the very least, they want to check him, make sure that he's okay. But like you said, we're going to have a change of quarterback for at least a play or two.
And I think, here we go. I thought we were going to take a timeout, but we've changed our minds. Miller in the ball game. Number 16, sophomore, 5'8", 147 on the roster. In the backfield with Miller. Miller in the backfield. Miller gets it, hands it to Miller, and Miller gets nothing. In fact, loses maybe a yard, 2 yards, brings up a second down, and we're going to say second down and 11 for the West Plains Zizzers as we're inside 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. And you hate to see your starting quarterback on the sideline standing there with the coaching staff, but he seems to be okay. Nobody is apparently working on him right now.
And when Isaiah went out of the game, of course, Bolivar's defense, they just sold out. They're not going to play pass. They're not. No. Miller's under center.
Oh, Jones is back in there.
All right.
Jones turns, rolls to the right. Pressure comes. Throws it. Oh, there's got to be a pass interference there.
Yep.
Yeah. He hit him well before the ball got there.
That wasn't even close.
That wasn't. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and that's going to give the Zizzers a first down out across the 50-yard line on the pass interference against the Liberators.
That play, a shot in the back with tight end Rhett Erickson, who got one kind of in that area in the small of your back up underneath your pads. So he was walking around with his. Tell you what,
they're talking about it. You never know what's going to happen.
There's going to be some people sleeping in the morning. This is a tough physical game. It turned out to be.
They're going to pick it up. They're picking it up. They picked up the flag.
Why?
So I have no idea.
That was pass interference.
Yeah, that was. He hit him before the ball got. But anyway, now it's third down and 12, and Coach Wyatt is not a happy camper.
Man alive, I'd just be going nuts. Because that was obviously a pass interference. That should have been pass interference.
Third down and 12 for the Zizzers from their own 38-yard line instead of first and 10 from the Liberators 49-yard line.
Hey, quick shout-out to Braxton Williams. He's a Pitt State Gorilla these days. He's my guy. Thanks for listening on Facebook, Braxton.
Jones takes a snap. Pressure comes. Looks down the middle. Throws it to the left side.
There you go.
It's out there. And it's going to be knocked away, and no flag on that one, as they were all over Houston as he tried to go get the football. Couldn't get to it because People were all around him. So it's going to be a fourth down, and the Zizzlers are going to have to punt the ball away as the defense held for the Liberators.
Little underthrown. Just a little bit underthrown.
Yep. Houston couldn't get back to the ball because the defense wouldn't let him.
I don't know that I've seen a player. Did I see that right? Was he quadruple covered?
I think there was only 3.
Oh, okay.
Just 3. And, Houston didn't get off the field in time, but they're not counting. And the ball's going to roll dead, punt it out of bounds.
Great kick.
And what do we got going on here?
So that's a 30.
I have no idea.
33-yard.
We had people in the field. The ball went out at the 20-yard line, and they're marking it at the 26.
It was bouncing. It didn't go out of bounds in the air.
No.
It went bouncing out. It was bouncing across the ground. It went out at the 20-yard line.
Oh, my.
Holy cow, they're going to give him 6 more yards?
Oh, well.
At the 26?
That's why they're asking people to be officials. If you want to be a football official, you can get in pretty easily. They're talking to each other. I have no idea what's going on, and I don't think those guys do either.
I believe our officials are suffering from cramps.
I think they're suffering. It is a first down. The Liberators are going to have the ball eventually.
Well, this whole affair has gone sideways.
They've got a flag, but they're going to mark. I have no idea. The officials are on the field. The players, the Zizzers are on the field. Bolivar's huddled up in front of their bench.
They're going to mark it at the 27-yard line.
That's they mark
horrible.
it at the 27 when it went out of bounds at the 20. And Liberators have the ball with 1:25 to go in the third quarter. Zizzers still lead, 24-21. Liberators come up with too many men on the field.
Now they're going to have to call timeout because they're really screwed up. Oh, they were lined up to the wrong side.
Yeah, now we got it. 3 left, 1 right. Durham calls for the ball. Option right side. He tucks up. He's got room to run. Durham down the sideline in front of the Zizzer bench. Runs out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Zizzer defense is going to have to get better as Durham picks up about 25 out to the 49-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10. And the Zizzer defense is getting kind of slippery.
I think the defense is getting a little tired is one of the issues right now.
Well, I was going to say, Judd's back in there. I see that. Number 41, he's back in the ball game, I believe. Yes, he is. Ball thrown, going to be caught by the wide receiver. He's going to get the first down and more. That ball was caught by number 1, Jason Wilkinson. Or numbers, that was 00 or 0. It wasn't,
No,
that's the guy that scored the touchdown.
That's 5.
Was it 5?
Yep.
Okay. That's Casey. And it's 1st and 10 at the West Plains 39. Liberators on the move here in the third quarter, inside a minute to go. Durham looks it over, takes a snap, hands off. Packey going to be tackled by Judd in the backfield, but Packey picks up 2. Even though Judd had a handle on him, he still gets 2, and it's going to be 2nd down and 8. And we're going to have maybe one more play, except now the Liberators have got a man down, and that's Packey. That's going to come to the sideline with a little bit of a limp.
After a half on a hot night with nobody really cramping, everybody is cramping up now.
And have we taken a timeout or what? They're just all coming to the sideline. They're starting to play clock. Well, the officials have started to play clock, but the guys that are running the clock haven't started to play clock. Now they still haven't started to play clock.
Or the game clock.
Nothing. Why they stop it? Durham, another big gain. He's carrying the load tonight, Harlan, and he's down inside the 25. They're going to mark him right at the 25-yard line. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Liberators. Durham in the backfield. Calls for the snap. He's going to option right side. They pitch it. There's number 5, Casey, and he picks up another first down. The Liberators are running all over the West Plains Zizzlers here in the third quarter. The option is killing us.
I know we still have a quarter to go, but I'll tell you, Paul,
that's looking good.
Just watching the game through the glasses where you can kind of see the players a little bit better. I'll tell you, we just look gassed right now.
Well, we're all standing with our hands on our hips. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Durham in the backfield. Takes it. Patke's back in the ball game. He's inside or down near the 5, actually inside the 5-yard line, and still moving down inside the 2-yard line.
West Plains says it's a fumble.
They say it's a fumble, but the officials are not going to give it to them. They say the ball was dead, and it's going to be a gain of 9 and brings up 2nd down and 1. All the Zizzers thought it was a fumble, and nobody on the other side did. And once again, we're talking to each other. 2nd down. The ball's at the 3. They got to get to the 2 for a 1st and 10. Durham, Patke in the backfield. Liberators with a chance to go ahead with a touchdown.
Into the quarter.
And that's the end of the third quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
Friendly and familiar faces are the first thing you'll see when you walk through the doors at Don's Auto Service in West Plains. Don's Auto Service makes sure their expert staff gets you the best and most qualified information on your vehicle repairs. Whether it's under the hood, maintenance, or tire related, they have you covered.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
My mother recently got a knee replaced at Ozarks Healthcare. They were concerned about her pain before, during, and even after the procedure. Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment visited with us before she went home and made sure we had all the supplies she needed to keep her comfortable through the entire healing process. They were fast, friendly, and very thorough.
For durable medical equipment in your home, rely on Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment at 1703 West 8th Street in West Plains. Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment cares. It's in their name.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. The Zizzer defense is to the sideline, and they're just walking around with their helmets off, getting water. And I guess the officials have given them a little time because the Liberators are ready to go. They're on the field ready to snap the ball. The Zizzer defense is now getting out there. 2nd down and 1 from the 3. Liberators with an opportunity, Harlan, to go ahead with a score here.
Body language is not good right now.
It's not in our favor.
Bolivar, they're lined up. They're ready to go. West Plains took a while to get back out there, and this is a big play. It's going to be 2nd down and goal on the 1-yard line.
Durham in the backfield, turns, hands to, and not even close. Number 38, he's been a problem all night long. He goes in from 3 yards out. That's Trenton Papke. Papke puts the Liberators in front on that 3-yard run.
And Dillon goes limping off the field. He's got a cramp in his left calf for West Plains. Boy, those things hurt.
Yeah,
I remember that. Just one of the most painful things.
Liberators are going to attempt the extra point with the kick from number 24. That's Seth Martin. Durham to hold. Martin to put it through. 27-24 our score. Liberators in front.
Big
snap
kick.
Back. Kicks up. That looks like it's good. It is. We'll be back in a minute. Here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
If you happen to be in an accident, keep this in mind. You have a choice in who tows your vehicle, so make the right choice and call 256-7628 for J&J Recovery and Towing of West Plains. They answer the calls 24/7. They will get to you fast and take your vehicle to the destination of your choosing. So if you're in a wreck, breakdown, or whatever reason you might need a tow, make the right choice and call J&J Recovery and Towing 256-7628.
Craving Domino's Pizza? Try Domino's new Loaded Tots with 3 varieties. Order Loaded Tots to suit your taste. Melty 3 cheese, cheddar bacon, or Philly cheese. Taste yum. Or get them with a mix or match deal for only $6.99. Mix or match 2 or more from medium 2-topping pizzas, breads, Loaded Tots, boneless chicken wings, pastas, sandwiches, salads, or desserts. Domino's in West Plains and Mountain Grove. Domino's. Oh, yes, we did.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
All night back here with Harlan Hutchinson. The Zizzers trail for the first time tonight. Score 28-24. Liberators lead as we're just started the fourth quarter. And the Liberators are going to kick off back deep for the West Plains Zizzers with a hope to return. It's a high one. It's going to be fielded by Horton. He's up to the 25. Horton into the secondary, and he's on his way.
Go, man, go.
And here he goes down in front of the Liberator bench, and he's going to be all the way for a touchdown.
Wow.
Number 35 just brought the Zizzers back. Lance Norton just went 89 yards. He caught the ball on the 11-yard line, goes 89 yards, and the Zizzers go back in front, 30-28. What a play.
Another bolt of lightning. How many times do you see kick returns by each team for a touchdown in a football game?
Not very often.
That's very, very rare.
Norton, 89-yard kickoff return. And the Zizzers back in front. Larson to attempt the extra point. Jones the holder. And the officials just now getting in position. Kicks up. Looks good to me, and they say it is. We'll be back in a minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
For anything you need around the office, think Bureau. Office furniture? Think Bureau. Pens, paper, forms? Think Bureau. Cleaning and janitorial supplies? Think Bureau. Need supplies but you don't have time to get it? Think Bureau. They deliver. So for anything you need for the office, think Bureau. Stop by and see them just off the square in West Plains or online at thinkbureau.com. Bureau, 202 West Main in West Plains.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have it all for you.
HirschEquipment.com. This is a game changer for anyone looking for equipment. That's because all of Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply's equipment inventory is now listed on one site. You can find tractors, lawn equipment, trailers, livestock equipment, pre-owned inventory, and more. In fact, you can go to the site, get a quote, and get the value of your trade. Now, there's no reason to put it off. Get what you need today with the help of HirschEquipment.com.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
25-yard line. Never was touched. Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We were just talking about that, Harlan. What a play by number 35. That's Lance, senior wide receiver, linebacker, running back, and put the Zizzers back in front, 30-28.
A kick return for a touchdown is a rare thing in a football game. Tonight we've seen one for each team. Phenomenal.
Larson's going to kick this one over the head of everybody into the end zone. He must have the wind behind him because that one's in the end zone, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Liberators from their own 20-yard line. It was at one time the score was 24-6, and now it's 31-28. And the Liberators have the ball, and you got to think they got the momentum, even though we just ran back a kick because they have controlled the second half so far.
But, sometimes a play can really inject some momentum to a football team. And if a team ever needs to play like that, at that point, West Plains did, and they got one.
Durham option, That time the Zizzers stop him after a gain of about 3. Nice tackle made there by the defensive nose guard. And I'm trying to see number 74, that sophomore who started quite a few games as freshman last year. Durham in the shotgun. Going to throw down the sideline. Looks up. Going to be intercepted. Kinslow stepped in front of that one.